different. And I love it, man, because it got me thinking. It got me thinking like I was back at school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you come up with these kids. You're so innovative. I'm like, look, I mean, your mind is good. Like you said, you're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
Yeah, I've done everything. I've done, in the 80s, I did Johnny Carson. I did,
Sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all. You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is, no one's perfect.
You have something amazing going with the show, and you're educating us.
I mean, I've never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
That is a really cool story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today.
A lot. And you know what's...
I love the little anecdote of comedy with your would you pay for it? Would you not? I love that. I love how you added that in.
We want to know each other. We want to know people's stories. That's what TKN does.
First name Michaela. Last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Pleasure's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here, and yeah, it's been incredible.
It's not like an interview, it's like a conversation with your homie.
I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. I really do. Stretch, my friend, I hope you have a great rest of the evening. Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator.
So put your hand together for a majestic, out of this world, one of a kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend. Celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Damn! You said it just like I wrote it.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen. You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
One of my friends was share about Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart and soul. You got an incredible gift.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, this I think my top. I think when the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly, kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
Did you have a nice time tonight in the green room?
I had a great time. I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing.
You're a very interesting person. I mean, you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this, and I would love to read or see something that you've written.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Or not podcast. I guess it's like we're just a show now. You're a show. You're a full-blown show.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Don't even hang your hats on the past, because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It has nothing to do with your pain.
Okay.
So
Tell him, Robbie. Tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me. That is the truth, guys. Chris, did you have a good time? You've done a lot of interviews. Is this kind of up there for you?
Yeah. I had a great time today, Avi. I mean, because you are engaged in what is a conversation.
and not a performance.
Scars remind us of where we've been. They need not dictate where we're going. And I think in a way that kind of addresses this question. So in other words, I think it is almost inevitable that there's going to be pain, there's going to be scarring, there's going to be all kinds of this that's going to happen over the course of a life.
She would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared. And I wish I had took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child.
All about family, and
wow,
I can tell you, my friend, your presence is a present, because even though we don't know each other very well, starting to get to know you has been a real present and a gift because of the truth and honesty that you share. It makes me a braver person. It makes me a more courageous person, and that's from my heart.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And hey, if there's anything I can do for you going forward, I'm here. You just call me.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot. And from you, Avi, I always learn something from you.
Work as hard as you can, because by working, Avi, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
Another trio of questions, now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy, or unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Avi.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber, Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
Oh, I like that.
I'm going to go Don Corleone.
Avi likes to move it. He likes to move it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For Christmas, is it because it does create those amazing memories that I've, and Sarge, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for Muscular Dystrophy Association.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and a young man named Avi Klein who poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you. And you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
Very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's on to something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me and all that, and I thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to me.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failure, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend, and I feel an unbelievable level of wealth, and a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
You here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play. I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me. Because it's going to be on. Like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Avi. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
You know, I saw that video package, and I saw a very familiar face, Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner, winner chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to win this whole shebang.
Because what they say, Efkaristo, Karakalo, we're going to Greece, baby.
I love it.
Tonight, Avi Klein launches the TKN network. It's been over 2.5 years in the making. And tonight, with mystery guests and the big debate, it's going to be, well, let's just say hotter than hell. So don't miss it.
And talent. Last name Smith. First name Joe. Joe Smith. Welcome, my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Miranda!
Giselle, it is the last match of 2025. Happy New Year! Well, almost New Year.
Happy almost New Year. And it is the last match of 2025. And can you believe who is in this match tonight?
Oh, man, we've got Stevie Ray, we've got Mark Rypien, and we have
Rick Mahorn!
I'm so excited.
I'm thrilled. I'm delighted. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to see what these three are going to bring this evening. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be some fantastic conversation.
For sure. And also, guys, leave those predictions in the comment section. Predictions. Who do you think is going to move on to round 3? And who do you think is going to be in the outro? If you guess 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, you could win some cash. Some New Year's cash. I'm down for that.
That's always exciting and amazing. Who doesn't want that? We've got a great show tonight. We've got intros. We've got video packages. We've got games. Stevie's coming in swinging, says a positive dose of Ralph. We are definitely speechless, Mark, because, hello, have you seen the flyers? WWE Hall of Famer Stevie Ray.
And have you also seen the video being posted? Because Stevie and Rick have got some stuff to talk about tonight.
Well, you know, we had a little second round reveal show way back when round 2 was starting, and Rick Mahorn was kind of calling out everybody there.
That's true.
He wants everybody smoking. If you remember last week, there's a little surprise at the end there with a little Stevie Ray.
I know.
Stevie Ray was calling out some Rick Mahorn right back.
Yes, he was. And we've got a couple of seconds until we see Avi
and their match.
Guys and gals and pals, I am not going to give you my show intro. I'm going to speed things along right now. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do this thing in an improvisational way, because that's what people do when they've been doing this for a long time. Rick Mahorn. See, I mentioned your name first. Mark Rypien. I feel like having a cookie. Stevie Ray. Much to your dismay, all of you guys and gals and pals that want the rhymes, don't worry, they're coming. But the first thing I want to do is condense things a bit because I have special video packages that I created for Rick Mahorn, for Mark Rypien, and for Stevie Ray. They're very quick videos, about 60 seconds, to show them what they've done to impact all of you positively. These are men who've created this network, but this isn't some monologue I'm going to give you right now. We want to get to the action. That's how we get our satisfaction. But I want to say this. Thank you to Rick Mahorn. Thank you to Mark Rypien. Thank you for my big brother, Stevie Ray, who I've known for 8 years and has become one of my best friends, because these are the men that I want to write for. When I became a screenwriter, it wasn't easy, but easy doesn't win ball games. And guys and gals and pals, I'm going to bring in our first participant right about now. And I promise you that once these videos are off screen, they'll get their rhymes because they deserve it. Guys and gals and pals, I want to bring in our first participant now. And this is a man that has done so much for his own family, so much for his own son. Guys and gals and pals, a hero doesn't necessarily have to wear a cape or a uniform. Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. But the most important hero you can be is one to your kids. There are a lot of ways in which this can occur. And our first participant's a man that's dedicated his life to family and to his son, Andrew. Here's a little something I'd like to express to this man, this friend. And if he can unmute his microphone, I'd appreciate that, because I'm about to bring you in. You're a hero in his eyes, and he knows that he can trust you, like he knows the sun will rise. You always protected his tender heart, for he loves and appreciates his father, and he's seen you from the very start.
And man can be as big as he wants. Man's reason and spirit have often solved the seemingly unsolvable, and we believe they can do it again.
The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it.
We steer our ship with hope, leaving fear astern.
Why I'm optimistic about the ultimate outcome of this struggle.
For out of these the prize men are selected. So too in life, he said, of the honorable and the good, it is they who act who rightly win the prize.
And think to yourself, you know, what type of resilience do you have? And having my girls was great. Having family is great. And having was played in 2 Super Bowls. Was fortunate enough to be on the Super Bowl winning team with Doug Williams as the MVP of Super Bowl 22, and then fortunate enough to be on that Super Bowl 26 team. My 2 children were at that game, and a lovely wife. So that first part of that is just all the excitement to rejoice in all the things that were good in your life. And
that's what it's all about. It's all about family, and that's what this guy's all about, his family. So guys and gals and pals, he was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and lived there until the age of 5 when his family moved to Spokane. Soon it would be fate. His parents, Terry and Bob, were Canadians by birth, and they met on a blind date. She grew up in British Columbia, and he in Alberta, and when they started a family, all 5 of their children were very close. Bob was always the life of the party, and when he was around, the mood was never sullen or morose. Our next participant, guys and gals, had siblings named Colleen, Tim, David, and Shannon, and they were privy to the fact that their father's word meant everything. The 7 worst words to hear if the kids were late were, "I'll talk to you in the morning." He and his brothers Tim and David would share one bedroom in the basement, and it was a great place to grow up before he became known to the world as a legendary athlete. His mother, Terry, would stand at the front door and watch her kids enter the school directly across the street. They went to Westview Elementary School, and she would decompress. As from her couch, she would watch them at recess. She went to work at the hospital each night. When her husband came home, he filled the house with his presence. And Americana, guys and gals, was like a family filled with love. That's its very core and its essence. 5 miles and 4 years separated 3 of the biggest legends of all time in the representative, guys and gals. Their sports world was changed forever because they took paths that were very similar in their sport. Our legend tonight would help his team defeat another legend once, years ago, many moons gone by on the basketball court. I'm speaking of the great John Stockton, one of 3 that put Spokane on the map metaphorically, even more so than the North Pacific Railroad did in the 19th century. Their lives were intersecting like tracks in a railroad switching yard before parting, one to the east, one to the west, one to the nation's heartland. This during the days when athletes and the word camaraderie went hand in hand, unlike today when everything is a brand. The 3 famous athletes raced to prominence from a staggered start, playing a different game. They found themselves 3 distances into their career, wearing 3 different shades of fame. When he was a young boy, he loved the New York Giants. One of their main rivals was the Washington Redskins, something that all of you might find quite interesting. Legendary Redskins coach Joe Gibbs, son JD, played with him at William and Mary, which I find fascinating. He was a 3-time sport athlete, and his brother Tim was a member of the Canadian national basketball team. While his brother Dave made the Canadian Olympic team and played at Gonzaga, do you notice a theme? You should. These 3 brothers had the drive and passion and worked hard on their dream. In football, he was named to the all-GSL first team while guiding his school to the GSL title as both a junior and a senior. He was truly a legend at Shadle High. Heck, while there, he broke Ryan Sandberg's passing records, who happened to be an alumni. He was also a prep All-American selection by both Parade and Carnation in his senior year. That year, he set GSL records with 423 of 849 passing for 6,460 yards and 65 touchdowns in front of a crowd that would always cheer and never disappear, as this man was always sincere and as innovative as a true engineer. In basketball, he was an all-GSL pick as a junior and senior. During his senior year, he was an all-state choice while leading Shadle as state champs. And remember, this information is vital. He has chalked up such an endless amount of accolades that one would need to pause if they were reading a subtitle. In his 2 years of baseball, he had a combined pitching record of 17-3 and was named to the All-State and All-GSL teams while leading Shadle to the state finals. And was all said and done, his senior year placed him on the All-State team in 3 different sports, which is something that is difficult to fathom or comprehend. He's also maintained a 3.3 grade point average and continued to transcend. He was named the Hertz Athlete of the Year for Washington as we watched him and witnessed him ascend and ascend. After graduating from high school, he was one of the hottest prospects in the country. Eventually, he decided on staying close to home in Pullman at Washington State University. But let me bring up some of his college stats as I get down to the nitty-gritty. In 30 career games at WSU, he passed for 4,573 yards, 5,101 yards in total offense. Completed his career, ranked 2nd in total offense and in passing, trailing only Jack Thompson. Senior year, he threw for 2,174 yards to rank 4th on WSU's list. Senior year, he gained 2,417 yards in total offense, number 2 on the Cougar list. His 403 passing yards and 412 yards in total offense against Oregon in the 85 season opener established WSU records. He averaged 441 yards per game in 85, a school record. He's an Associated Press All-America Honorable Mention 84-85, UPI All-West Coast Second Team 84, Pac-10 First Team Quarterback 84, Honorable Mention 85, despite improved statistics. During career, guys and gals, he had 11 games of 200 yards or more passing, second only to Jack Thompson's
Miranda.
Yes.
Those rhymes are so exciting.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was typing away in the comment section and getting everyone hype because I am so hype. The rhymes, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Have you heard the number of yards he had?
Yes.
My three-sport athlete. My mind is blown already. We haven't even
choice
gotten to
while leading Shade all state champs. And remember, this information is vital. He has chalked up such an endless amount of accolades that one would need to pause if they were reading a subtitle. In his 2 years of baseball, he had a combined pitching record of 17-3 and was named to the All-State and All-GSL teams while leading Shadle to the state finals. And was all said and done, his senior year placed him on the All-State team in 3 different sports, which is something that is difficult to fathom or comprehend. He's also maintained a 3.3 grade point average and continued to transcend. He was named the Hertz Athlete of the Year for Washington as we watched him and witnessed him ascend and ascend. After graduating from high school, he was one of the hottest prospects in the country. Eventually, he decided on staying close to home in Pullman at Washington State University. But let me bring up some of his college stats as I get down to the nitty-gritty. In 30 career games at WSU, he passed for 4,573 yards, 5,101 yards in total offense. Completed his career, ranked second in total offense and in passing, trailing only Jack Thompson. Senior year, he threw for 2,174 yards to rank 4th on WSU's list. Senior year, he gained 2,417 yards in total offense, number 2 on the Cougar list. His 403 passing yards and 412 yards in total offense against Oregon in the 85 season opener established WSU records. He averaged 441 yards per game in 85, a school record. He's an Associated Press All-America Honorable Mention 84-85, UPI All-West Coast Second Team 84, Pac-10 First Team Quarterback 84, Honorable Mention 85, despite improved statistics. During career, guys and gals, he had 11 games of 200 yards or more passing, second only to Jack Thompson's 22. Besides his school record of 403 yards passing against Oregon, he threw for 368 yards in a game at Utah, the 4th best mark ever by a WSU quarterback. His legacy was cemented when he established a fully endowed scholarship with a donation of $150,093 in memory of his father. He also threw 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes just 49 seconds apart to lead his Senior Bowl team to victory. Yes, it is without question that this man is in a league of his own, as it's no mystery that he has made history. His phenomenal accuracy as a deep passer was uncanny and truly something that all should see, as his fans were always filled with glee. Does it get any better than leading his team to a Super Bowl victory while being named Super Bowl MVP? He threw for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns and led his team to a 37-24 win over the Buffalo Bills. I recall that game to this very day, and when I hit replay, I still get many chills. He played in Pro Bowl games during the 89 and 91 seasons. He was 33-13, 37-14 overall as a starter through 1991. Holds club records of 6 touchdown passes set against Atlanta in 91. Wow. Passed for 3,768 yards in 89, the second best total ever by a Redskin quarterback ever. Through 1991, his winning percentage ranked second among starting quarterbacks at 71%. Only Joe Montana had a better percentage. Honors following the 91 season included Pro Bowl, NFL Films NFC Player of the Year, Football NFC Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, UPI All-NFC, All-Madden, College and Pro Football News Weekly, NFL All-Pro First Team, Football News All-NFC First Team, AP All-Pro Second Team, NEA All-Pro Second Team, Pro Football Weekly All-NFC. Wow. And one of the biggest legacies is how he honored his son, who held on strong during an 18-month battle with cancer. So bless your soul, Andrew, as you're always an inspiration. He provides hope in families, guys and gals, who are fighting childhood cancer through his foundation. His light blankets the dark. They're about to scream his name from Lincoln Park to Denmark. On the field, he was more ferocious than a great white shark. So put your hands together for a gem of a human being and a good friend. Last name, Rypien. First name, Mark. Welcome to round 2, my good friend.
Avi, you've outdone yourself again. I thought, just you and I's having our Canadian roots was good enough. This has gone way over and beyond the Call of Duty, and I just appreciate all you do. And I can't wait to tee it up against Rick and Stevie and have some fun here and get a chance to dive into these topics, which will have a lot to do with a lot of things you just covered. So thank you, Avi, and really look forward to it, my friend.
I want you to know something. So we got a lot of these guys chomping at the bit to really win this thing for what it stands for. Sugar Ray Leonard's one of them, and he's a fan of your work. He's a fan of what you do with foundations. He does a lot for raising awareness about diabetes. There's so many interesting matchups. I'm going to announce this now for the first time because I really like the 3 of you a lot. Stevie's a dear friend. I like Rick Mahorn. He's become a friend, and so have you. In round number 3, If there's a 3-way match, only 1 out of 3 move on to the future rounds. 1 out of 3. If it's a 4-way match, 1 out of 4 move on, 25%. In this match, 2 out of 3 will move on to round number 3. So in this match, 2 out of 3 move on, 1 gets eliminated. And again, as you know, Mark, voting is a positive thing. When our fans vote, we're 3 million strong right now. When those suits and ties and execs didn't believe in us, we showed them that we could do this while remaining positive, having a lot of fun, having a lot of laughs, learning a lot about each other, not doing anything shallow or superficial, and doing something brand spanking new. We can be disruptive in a good way. I like that we're disruptive in a good way. But Mark, I got to ask you the question. The pride of it all, the pride in the prize, the pride of winning it all, 142 Hall of Famers, and of course, luminaries from all across the land, Hollywood, music, wrestling, sports, everywhere. We got them right here in this tournament. A lot of money, 5-day, 5-night trip to Greece on the line as well. Are you here to win the whole thing, my friend?
Heck yeah, and as my fellow Greeks would say, trying to learn some Greek because I want to go on that vacation. Efkaristo parakalo, my friend.
I love that.
Efkaristo parakalo.
I love that. And to think you and I are doing all this, you mentioned Canadians, we never at once uttered the word A. We didn't do A at all.
Frickin' A right.
until now. Mark, my friend, I'm going to put you backstage for a moment, bring in Rick and Stevie, and we're off to the races.
Awesome. Cheers.
Absolutely, Mark. Mark Rypien, guys, dear friend. He does a lot. And it was my honor saluting him the way that I did because his son, Andrew, I learned about his plight. And I learned about how his son has way more strength than most men do here in 2025. He fought hard, never complained. And that's really what the crux of this show is about. We don't force anybody to talk about something they don't want to. But if they do, this is the place because I don't give a shit about anything superficial. What I care about is the heart and soul of a person. And Mark's got it. And it was an honor honoring his son. Guys and gals and pals, I want to keep bringing in people who inspire us, all of us. Because happiness is the real sense of fulfillment. It comes from hard work. If motivation gets you started, hard work keeps you going. Our next participant is one of the greatest of all time. But he also happens to be one of the most thoughtful, honest, and passionate people this earth has ever seen. He didn't just play ball. He knows how to bust balls, believe me. He's persevered and educated the masses because he's always true to himself. Our life is ours, but his has been for the betterment of others.
Then, of course, the guys you met earlier, Rick Mahorn. Without those kind of players, you don't win championships.
It just shows what you can do, no matter what line of work you're in. It doesn't have to be coaching. It might be broadcasting, might want to be a lawyer or a doctor. But the work ethic and the determination and the willingness to stay with it. If you really want it, you can work for it.
But there are some words. First of all, charismatic. Exciting, intelligence about the game. Courageous, can't say enough about him. But he had that kind of courage.
When we lost Rick Mahorn, we were no longer the bad boys. A lot of pride. We did so much for basketball, not only around this country, but for the Rust Belt and the city of Detroit.
I may have a little gray hair. I may have some aches and pains, but you know what? The Lord woke me up this morning. I'm in this damn game right now. And the fact that I get to meet people outside of what I've done as a professional basketball player, when it's all said and done, I'm a human being just like everybody else. And with her, Alice Mahorn, when I signed that contract and I got my signing bonus and getting drafted in the NBA by the Washington Bullets, I gave her that check. And she said, and she looked at me with this perplexed look. What are you going to live on? I'm good. You take that, Mom, and make sure that you can enjoy yourself.
Beautiful story. Absolutely. Guys and gals and pals, let me bring in this man right now. Our second participant was born in Hartford, Connecticut to parents Owen and Alice. 3 decades later, he was the backbone of the Pistons when they rocked the Palace. His father was a milk plant dispatch manager, and his mom worked so very hard doing domestic work in the city's mansions. Hard work defines this gentleman, as he dominated years before the NBA made a bevy of expansions. He was raised partly by his older brother Owen Jr., who showed basketball talent early and later joined the varsity squad at Fairfield University. But man, oh man, Owen didn't take it easy on him, as their scraps were void of pity. Along with his sisters Audrey and Pam, they grew up in an apartment where loyalty was evident, like Mickey and Rocky, who was played by Stallone, or mobsters hanging out in Bayonne, or teammates achieving a milestone. His brother took care of him. He let it be known. I can beat him up, he would tell everyone, but you'll leave him alone. He never even watched much basketball as a kid. He did like the way Willis Reed played, the Hall of Fame center, guys and gals and pals. That was the Knicks center from 64 till 77. Our legend tonight wasn't the tallest when he was growing up. Try only 5'11". Trying out for the freshman basketball team in 72, he was cut after the first practice session. But that wasn't a case of regression. As soon as we witnessed his ascension, and he left quite the impression. Like a cyborg bounty hunter on the court, he had ruthless aggression. He grew about 6 inches between my sophomore and junior years, and his as well, and made the team. And if you notice a recurring theme, it's that this man would roll up his sleeves and work harder rather than simply dream. His high school coach, John Lambert, remembers his growth spurt, but it wasn't basketball that this legend focused on, but rather football, as he was an incredible tight end. He joked that he was subjected to corporal punishment, learning the position that he would continue to transcend. As many would fill the arenas, as his games they would attend. Bill, Mr. V. Von Romer coached that football team, and our legend would receive many college scholarships offers, although they were more numerous for football. He recruited to Hampton Institute in Virginia, where he would continue to enthrall, playing football and basketball. And let's not forget that at 16, he shot it from 6'1" to 6'7". That's pretty damn tall. He decided to focus on basketball, even though he did not receive a scholarship from the school he wanted, the University of Connecticut, with its powerhouse basketball squads. Regardless, many of his opponents knew that his defense was as stifling a feeling as tearing a couple of quads. His mother urged him to focus on his educational goals, and he graduated from Hampton with a degree in business administration in 1980. He made his mother Alice proud. She was quite a strong, positive, and beautiful lady. Playing at Hampton from 76 to 80, he scored 2,418 points and earned 3 NAIA All-American honors and made their Hall of Fame. Over 4 decades have passed, and his records endure. Most points in a career and game. Most rebounds in a career and game. In addition, he was named to the Division II All-America team 3 times for various reasons. He was the key player, as Hampton posted an 82-38 record following 9 straight losing seasons. Under Coach Hank Ford, he averaged 27.6 points in his senior year, along with 15.8 rebounds, which made him the leading rebounder among Division II schools in the NCAA. Next stop, why, that would be a team only 2 years removed from winning a championship in the good old NBA. The Washington Bullets drafted him, and he signed a 4-year contract, including a bonus, with his mother by his side. Being a rookie in the locker room with the great Wes Unseld, a man with pride, Elvin Hayes, a man that could beat you inside and outside, and Mitch Kupchak, who was a force and a fearsome shooter, even more so than Bonnie or Clyde. He held his own against Abdul-Jabbar, Dawkins, Gilmore, and more. Very soon, greats like Bird, Magic, and Jordan had no idea what this man had in store. The entire league took notice, as he became one of, if not the best defenders, rebounders, and intimidators of all time. If you missed what he and Jeff Rouland did in Washington, let's just say it was sublime. In Detroit, it would be a crime if you expected to score points against them, as he and Lambier epitomized their style of play, which left their opponents as speechless as an overly fatigued mime. He accomplished something less than 20 players have done, which is playing 18 years in the NBA, which to most is an impossible dream. I was honored, guys and gals, to mention the following, because he was honored to be named to many an NBA defensive team. Defense always spoke to me and my late father. It all came together as this guy over here, Avi Klein, watched something that me and my father together did something that was quite very fine. He watched this legend alongside me, along with Isaiah Dumars, Lambier, Aguirre, Edward Sally, Microwave Rodman, and others, hoist their title in 89. That's right, he was the muscle and the hustle, and that was a big reason why the Pistons won it all. He didn't take any lip, so don't blame him if his opponents would fall, because sometimes life can be a big old brawl. My pop referred to him as one of the smartest players he has ever seen. To this very day, if you talk trash about that team, even in heaven, my pop might turn mighty mean. As a former teacher, the former speaks to me greatly in partnership because he has prioritized health, and he was rewarded many of students' help, guys and gals, with scholarship funds because of him. He's been a father figure to many players when he coached in the WNBA as well. I'd like to now list his many professional achievements and accolades, as they can brighten up a day that's great. NBA Champ 89, FIBA Korak Cup 92, NBA All-Defensive Second Team 90, CIAA Player of the Year 79, 3-time NAIA All-American 77-80, 3-time First Team All-CIAA 77-80, as an assistant coach, two-time WNBA champion in 06 and 08, Hampton Hall of Famer, NBA studio and in-game broadcasting legend. The way he got it done was through hard work. It wasn't some parlor trick. Go ahead and try to finesse your way around him. You won't be so slick. He's about to officially, guys and gals, enter the second round of this tournament. The clock is going tick-tick. Can't pull a fast one on him because he's lightning quick and is really good with shtick. So welcome a kind, humble, intelligent human being. Last name Mahorn. First name Rick. Welcome to round 2 of the tournament, my friend.
Oh my gosh, man. I was like sitting here enjoying listening to my accomplishments. I don't even remember half of them. Hey, look, that's just how it is. But I ain't a Super Bowl champion. I'm not a wrestler. But I'm gonna teach those guys a little something in this round there, Avi. You've always made my day. You made me smile. And trust me, I want to listen to you when I hear a book. When you listen to the book on when people start talking, I want you to do that. Yeah, audiobooks. I want you to do audiobooks so I can put them in my headphones, and I'll be so geeked up the whole time walking around. But thank you so much, man. I'm looking forward to busting up these second place guys real quick. To keep my bad boy image and keep my hard work image as well. So Stevie and Mark. Just, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, man, Rick, I got to tell you, we were also awarding some money. We never announced this before till now. We're awarding some money thanks to our sponsor, Progresso Soup. We're now sponsored by them. They're awesome. Hey, Progresso, if you guys want to hook up with a Rick Mahorn, Stevie Ray, Mark Rypien, you let us know. They might have some foundations. They might have, they may be in need of your sponsorship. Let us know. Why not? They do a lot for the communities out there. Now, again, I have never mentioned this before, but the top vote getter gets the cash prize after this match, which is kind of cool. So the top vote getter, 2 out of 3 move on anyway, but the top voter gets some extra money. That's a little extra incentive, right, Rick?
Yes, money's always good for the incentive, but I just want to beat people. I don't care about, me. Money's going to come when it's going to come, but I want to beat people. That's it. That's my whole goal. It's always to have that dream, but it's all about hard work. And I'm going against 2 hard work type guys, so it's all good.
There's no doubt about that. I was going to ask you, my friend, a lot on the line. Greece, of course, there's a lot of money for the person who wins this whole thing. Are you here to win the entire tournament, my friend?
Yes. Oh, come on, man. I wouldn't be on here. That's one of those questions that you just. No, I'm here for I'm here for the ruckus. I am here for the ruckus. I am here to win. That's all it is. I'm a competitor, and that's what competitors do. We don't lose. We just compete.
Rick, you're a big part of, and so Stevie and Mark, of why right now we got 3 million watching the show every single week. We got them from all places and platforms watching this. Man, I want to say this to you. I listen when you speak. I hear everything you say. I could be a nervous Nelly sometimes because of what we got going on here. I'm so hyped up and happy to be doing this on a different level now. But, man, I really do take your suggestions to heart, and I want you to know something, man. You're a coach, whether you're on the court or not, and that's the best honor and praise I can give you, my friend.
I appreciate that, Avi, and I wish I had a suit on just like you right now.
Well, you're going through a ton. Rick Mahorn is here to win this whole thing. And, yes, my friend, I'll put you backstage and bring you right back.
All right.
Appreciate you, man. I love Rick Mahorn. I love Mark Rypien for what they stand for. And, again, guys, hey, sponsorship out there. These guys do a lot. Get in touch with Rick or Mark or Stevie. Why not all 3? Guys, I'm going to bring in our final participant right now. I want to give him an intro he deserves. So if he's willing, there you are back there. I see you. Okay. My friend, I'm about to bring you in right now. There we go. Okay. Guys and gals and pals. Our third participant. You might like this quote because Theodore Roosevelt said twice, believe you can and you're halfway there. And I concur because I believe in this man and what he stands for. Because the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all details of life. There's a lot of questions in this world, but it's pretty cool to know that there are simple answers when it comes to this guy. His honesty, his integrity, and his word. His passion and compassion. There are no questions when it comes to all the above because he's always seeking the answers. I hope he likes this video from someone we both have listened to time and time again.
there is a small group of people all over the world who are awakening and who are actively seeking the truth. I'm talking to you from my heart. I am on a mission, and that mission is to slap people upside the head and wake them up and even make them hate me, if that's what it takes to get them to go examine what I'm telling them to find out that it's right.
There began the most successful evolutionary drive toward higher intelligence ever witnessed in nature.
You see, I don't care how it's done as long as they wake up. What I'm going to talk to you about today comes from my experience in life, from playing this role as messenger, which I take very seriously, from my efforts to wake up the American people.
I think that is a travesty. What did those people in those buildings die for? Did anybody ever bring up that the United States go and attack a sovereign country and said they had something to do 9/11? They have weapons of mass destruction, and over 1.5 million people in that country is dead, and don't nobody say nothing? We've been talking about war. What has man learned from war? Absolutely nothing. How he uses religion to control the masses, how he uses the media to control the masses. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I might get canceled out. That is man's control over man.
8 years of working beside this guy, and I got to tell you something right now. You're in for quite the treat, guys and gals and pals. Are you ready to come in, my good friend? Guys and gals and pals. Fee, fi, fo. It means something large has arrived, and here's a mind that elevates everyone listening to the show. He's ahead of his time, specifically right around this dope rhyme. To his potential opponents in this tournament, he's ripping it during prime time. He's Optimus Prime material. The wizard of intellectual havoc. He eats lies like cereal. I'm talking about soggy, milky skills like Mr. Miyagi. If you're feeling froggy, step up and face him as his knowledge will make you foggy. It might be his time to shine, as he can redefine the crystalline biological structures implanted in your mind, because in this grand tournament, you won't find anyone who's deaf, dumb, and blind. He'll hit you with wit, more than just a bit, like 1992 David Spade. You might burn when exposed to his psychological grenade. Perhaps his future opponents have all prayed, hoping that they won't have to face him for another decade. So as we prepare for many battles that are positive, not mean, let's remember that losing will hit you hard like a 16th century guillotine. So I can't digress as these rhymes go express, expert, and extreme. Put that on some meme. You guys hear that? He's about to enter this intellectual arena as he makes his way. Let's all listen to what he has to say and respect the message that he will always convey, because he subscribes to loyalty over royalty, as his wealth is not something you can buy. Trying to outwit or outsmart him? Give it a try. But your truth dissected by him will turn into a lie. From day number one, he's not only been an ally, but a man I owe a lot to, because he's a man that stays grounded even though he can fly. Yes, he soared to heights all of us can only dream of, yet his reality is much more fulfilling than anything the Sandman can sprinkle. His wholehearted and genuine sentiments can inspire anyone, even a lazy old Rip Van Winkle. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, a 10-time WCW champion, TV champion, podcast host, speaker, and a man that helps those less fortunate and kids who yearn to learn, because his wealth of knowledge is like an intellectual buffet. So sit back and enjoy your dinner. Maybe it's a filet or a creme brulee or perhaps some other entree. He fills a blank canvas with beautiful works of art such as black and white, but he explores the gray. For 8 years, his intellectual prowess and friendship are much more valuable than some payday. He'll educate you on the real history. There's no mystery when it comes to his wisdom. Take it in like a Broadway play, maybe something from Shakespeare, guys and gals, because it has more layers than a mid-90s lyric from one Dr. Dre. So let's bid adieu to these rhymes right now, as they will go away, as we put our hands together for a legend of a human being and dear friend. First name, Stevie. Last name, Ray. Welcome to round 2 of the tournament, my friend.
I didn't think you could top yourself, brother, but you did this time. You did this time. And right now, I can feel Rick Mahorn almost capitulating.
Why's that?
Because of that intro. He knows today, Big Rick But yeah, man, I appreciate that. But after that interest, it is on like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby.
I mean, this is it because you came here, of course. You advanced in round number 1. Of course, this is round number 2. We also know you came here as a special judge, but this is it. As you know, when it's game time, it's not practice anymore. When it's game time, it's nothing that's just, I guess, a friendly competition between two teams. This is a tournament match. 2 out of 3 advance. We know that a lot of people that didn't believe in this last year right now are now kind of chomping at the bit for this thing. You're one of them. Rick Mahorn's one of them. Mark Rypien, big boys, big resumes, big hearts, big minds. The 3 of you guys combined have done so much to the masses that right now they are chomping at the bit in their living rooms watching you guys, getting ready to predict, go against Vegas odds because Vegas has lost their mind. They don't know who to pick. Who's the top vote getter? Who's going to be eliminated? Who's going to be number 2 and squeak into the round of 64? Who knows? Stevie, my friend, are you here to win it all?
Yes. 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 I'm here to go to Greece, brother. I've been to a lot of places in my life.
Yeah.
But do you know something, Avi? I've never been to Greece.
Never.
Been all over Europe. Never went to Greece.
Yeah, and you've been all over the world. All over the world.
Twice.
Yes. How about that place in the Middle East? You could tell our fans. You've been there too.
Yes. I'm going back.
Yes. Well traveled. Well traveled.
Yes.
But Steve, I got to tell you right now, I'm going to bring him right in. I'm going to bring in Mr. Mark Rypien right now. Here we go. Mr. Mark Rypien is here.
Stevie, how are you, my friend?
What's up, buddy? The last time we seen each other was at the Daytona 500. You remember that?
Yes, it was. Absolutely. Chad Little back in the day. How about that, huh?
And Mark, your mom's a fan of Stevie Ray. She told him that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. I never got a chance to tell Mark this, but I was a big Redskin fan because one of the guys that you played with from my neighborhood that we came up together, Darryl Green.
Oh, yeah. We just did, and finally, after a long time, inducted him into our Hall of Fame and hung his jersey much after the fact, but new ownership kind of got there and well-deserved. I mean, what a great, not only great player, but a great human and for what he does. But yeah, I have to tell you, my sister, Stevie Ray, was the biggest wrestling fan you could ever think of. And God rest her soul, she passed about 4 years ago, but you were one of her favorites. So.
Sorry, Mark.
That,
absolutely.
I appreciate that. You
know, and again, Mark, I'll always bring this up to Stevie and to anyone listening. I don't want to embarrass you, but it's what life is all about. We're here one day, we're gone the next. What you do for your son and his living memory is incredible. So thank you for what you do for Andrew, my friend.
All our loved ones, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Guys and gals, I'm going to bring in Rick right now because there's been, hey, listen, I'll use this word. There's been some competitive camaraderie. That's all I'm going to say. Now, there's battle lines drawn. We heard this. We heard this from our boxing Hall of Famers. We heard this from our alliances are being formed. The pro wrestlers are saying one of them is going to win this. The football players are saying one of them is going to win this. Our basketball players are saying that one of them is going to win this. Tim Hardaway Sr., Stevie just said that. If not a basketball player, will Rick representing basketball players as well, professional basketball players. Rick, here's Stevie. Stevie, here's Rick. A lot of talking.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I heard all that love fest, and I know you, I know that. Look, I played in Washington, and Stevie, the closest grease you're gonna get to is what's up on your, right up there on your stove. That's the grease you're gonna get to.
I don't use grease. I use peanut oil for your information.
Well, whatever it is. Hey, you remember growing up?
I don't use grease.
Mama said that's grease. Go get that grease out of that can. So I don't want to hear. and when
that was in my youth.
Hey, Mark, when you wrestle, this is what happens when you get older. You got to have headphones on because you just can't hear like we can right now. Because it gets. In fact, let me turn it so I can really feel it.
I'm on my computer, not a phone.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm on my computer.
What's that? What's that? I mean, it's a computer and a phone. Where are you living at? That
the speakers on the computer doesn't sound good.
Can you get online? Can you get online?
Right here.
Hey, look.
I will have to say this: the closest I've ever gotten to wrestling has been right now. My 6-year-old grandson. Every time I come home, wants to wrestle me all over the house. So it's been pretty fun trying to trying to.
Can Rick Mahorn not drop his phone? Can you put that phone somewhere where it's kind of secure?
No, I'm trying
if
to.
you don't drop it on the ground.
I'm trying to send you some headphones so you can. There they go. They're portable, so you could even use them in the car.
Oh no, I like these.
Oh, because you got cauliflower ears.
No, I don't have no damn cauliflower.
You know, people done had
nobody
you in
ever
the
got me in a
headlock.
headlock.
They got you in the headlock. No, man, you ain't that tough.
No, nobody ever got me in no headlock.
I watch wrestling
because I would push them right off. Yeah.
Oh, hey,
it might last 3 seconds.
I understand. You know,
you
sometimes
want to see my ears, man? You want to see my ears?
I don't see your ears at all because it's covered up. You can't hear.
I know one thing, that these three legends epitomize what we call this, a sport of the mind. You're seeing it right now, guys and gals, a sport of the mind. So with that, no fluff on this show. I'm not going to start doing other rhymes and stuff. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. Topic number one. That's what I'll do. And as you guys know, Rick Mahorn, Mark Rypien, and Stevie Ray, if one of you want to rebut the other, there's a lot of rebuttals. Sometimes that dictates who's going to win. It's optional, but when someone is speaking, when it's a person's turn to speak, the other two, if they choose to, can lift their index finger up. I pop in and make it official. And just like any debate, they can rebut the speaker anytime they want. They can rebut the speaker. No time limit either. You guys can go uninterrupted. When you're speaking, I'll be backstage. The floor belongs to you guys. And I want to welcome you guys with that floor you so deserve. So, topic number one, I'll set it up for our audience. You guys already know what it is. It's called a rewrite for the ages. Because in this scenario, you've all been chosen to visit the future. The year is 3025, 1,000 years from now. In the year 3025, both American and global history has been neglected. It's been shunned by government across the board in this hypothetical situation. You've been assigned to do two things. You're to speak to the people of 3025 about an actual historical event prior to the 22nd century that occurred. It could be in this century or in the 20th century. And that event helped society greatly. So you're warning the people of 3025 about a historical event that we never rebounded from as a society. We never rebounded from. It's the yin and the yang, the promising and the devastating. Which two events do you select to explain to the people of 3025 and why? Why did you select those two events and why? And again, you're selecting an event that helped us grow as a society and one that we never rebounded from. Two separate events and why? Right now, I'm going to kick it off to Mr. Rick Mahorn first. If Stevie Ray or Mark Rypien want to rebut Rick at any time he speaks, index finger, I'll make it official. Rick, my friend, the floor is yours. Whenever you're ready to go, good sir.
You know, if I could speak to 30,025, I would say, you know, the phone, the telephone to me was a kind of a disaster, not necessarily a disaster. We've become complacent where we look for everything. I don't know about those two guys, but I grew up reading a lot, going to the library, going to get an encyclopedia to learn more, to make sure that I can communicate. We don't communicate in society anymore. We do more texting, and everybody's, you know, oh, did you see this? Or they believe in what they see. Before it was newspapers and stuff that you had to be invested to know what you're doing. So I look at those things and say, if we had to rewrite anything, that would be the first thing I would do as a person, because we don't have the human compassion is gone. I mean, Mark does much with his foundation, and I know Stevie does a lot with his foundation as well. So, I mean, I look at this and say, instead of looking at us as human beings, look at us and make sure that we acknowledge each other, because we have so much separation, and it's just kind of really making me disconnect from a lot of people, because everybody's opinionated and everybody believes it. And as far as number two, I would go back to the point that where we can understand what medicine is all about, how good we can be with medicine, and not a lot of marketing jargon that we have to hear. This is good. This is better. I want to make sure that everybody lives their long lives, and making sure that everybody's healthy, and making sure everybody's aware of what's the things that we had to deal with, because that COVID stuff, it really separated us a whole lot, and especially at 3025. Hopefully everybody can come together as a people those are the things that I would look forward to in 3025.
Absolutely. And when it comes, Rick, to things we haven't rebounded from, there's so many. And, you know, you were very profound and optimistic, because I would like to think 1,000 years from now, we'll all be tuned into each other and not these devices. That'd be kind of a cool thing. I'm with you there,
Yes.
man.
Yes,
Man, I
would
pray
be.
for those days. Yeah, because as cool as this is, and I do like that we're doing this show and breaking through to people through devices. Like, somehow I do feel like, hey, you know what? Mark and Rick, who I haven't broken bread with yet, they become fast friends. Stevie, I have. Rick, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? When you say that, it's like no
Yeah.
one. It's like you get on a. Nobody communicates.
Yes.
You could go to a restaurant. Everybody's on their phone, or everybody's looking at what's on X or what's on Twitter.
Yes.
And you go on TV. I grew up when it was only 3 channels or 4 channels. Now we
Right.
got 160 channels. We can watch things across the world, and it gets to the point, man. Enough is enough. I'd
Enough's
rather
enough.
look and sit and eat with my family and
Yeah.
understand what's going on in their world. Because when we get together, when my family gets together,
Yeah.
no devices.
I like that.
Stay at the door.
I like that. And you know what? I'll tell you what. When I used to teach, and I stopped teaching history for numerous reasons. One was because, and I know Stevie knows this, but I'll bring it up to our audience, to our sponsor. You know, I remember writing down a do now. So it's one of those moments in life where you know what happened, right? I'm writing my do now, and I'm writing about someone who really, really should be talked about daily. Frederick Douglass, a hero that doesn't get celebrated enough. And I'm writing Frederick Douglass's name on the board, and my assistant principal, there you go. Black history, that's all about people like Frederick Douglass, who gave us a history we can learn from and revere and make progress from. And Stevie, you know the story. I wrote his name down, and my assistant principal walks in, and what does she tell me? She says, "You misspelled his last name. You put 2 S's." I go, "That's how you spell his last name. It had 2 S's." And that's when I knew we are F and it ends with a D. That's when I knew our educators right now don't know how to educate our youth because they're not educated. And then when I introduced her to Diane Nash, who's a freedom writer, one of the last surviving freedom writers, a sweet lady who now has become a friend over a few years of being an acquaintance. And we're going to see her here soon too, no spoilers. But Diane Nash, who's still alive and with us, who rode with Martin Luther King, who has stories to tell, who was one of the most inspirational forces in civil rights history. I introduced her to my assistant principal back in the day, and here's what my assistant principal said to her. "Oh, yeah, hi," and then moved past her. I lost it. I lost it. I was done. I quit. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I wasn't screenwriting or anything, but I just knew I couldn't be in that place working for this person anymore because they didn't let me teach about the Buffalo Soldiers. They didn't let me teach about the real history, the history in this country that has been suppressed because, like it or not, and this is the truth, there have been many minorities. And we're not comparing people's suffrage. We're not comparing what they went through. Everyone went through a lot. We know that the Irish, the Jews, the Italians, every single person documented that has an American lineage that goes back to Europe or other continents has suffered at one point or another. But, a big but over here, and I do not lie, a big but. Africans never chose to come to this country. They were forced to come to this country and became African Americans not by choice. There was no choice because they had no voice. They are people that came here under and against their will. Against their will. And now what we're going to do is suppress their history even more? Let's see. Let's bring you here against your will and then not teach Americans about the real history because we feel guilty that somehow we had something to do with it, not individually, but historically. Rant over, I promise.
Oh, yeah. You know I'm on the same page. It gets to the point you're separating us. It's discrimination. I look at just you see a black guy walk by, you see or you'll see an Arabic guy, person of color walk by, and you go like, okay, what is their intentions? And it's like we're living in a world of fear mongers, and the more that they can separate us, the better it is for those to make us fearful of each other. It's like can't even live in different neighborhoods without being judged and all that stuff. I don't know. It's sickening to me because I learned more in going to a historically black college. I've learned more and more and more about what African Americans have dealt with and still dealing with till this day.
Without question. And I'm glad I'm glad we're talking about events in history. You're bringing up a lot of things that, again, we hope we can aspire to become 1,000 years from now. Would you agree, though, just to be specific, Rick, about this, would you agree? I'll give you an example. Do you think Vietnam is an event in history that we haven't rebounded from?
Yeah,
to this
yes,
day?
it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
You separated a country, and they're looking and they're of the same blood. And when you of the same blood, you're gonna try to kill each other. I don't know. It's the people have beliefs, and it is what it is. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and to think that I remember this was something that I read about years ago when I was, of course, majoring in history years ago. A lot of people who served in Vietnam, that first wave from 64 to 65, right after John F. Kennedy, before he got assassinated, said, I'm not going to pull all the soldiers out, but I am going to help them assist the ARVN, the South Vietnamese. We're going to assist them. We're not going to fight for them. We'll assist them fight their own war against Ho Chi Minh in the North. That didn't happen because he got a bullet or more in his head. So we all know that afterwards, LBJ doubled down and sent a lot of troops over to, of course, Southeast Asia. And when he did that, a lot of the kids who obviously were drafted but wanted to serve voluntarily thought they were fighting the same war their dads were fighting in the South Pacific. They thought they were doing that. They thought they were going to be revered with all those propaganda photos about what happened after World War II with the sailors kissing. And it's a beautiful thing. It's patriotic. But they never knew that when they came back home, if they came back home, they would be spit on. They would have garbage thrown at them for what? Because they wanted to serve their country. They were to be blamed because of government's decision to escalate a war that wasn't even officially a war. It wasn't a war. Years later, McNamara actually said, hey, guess what? What happened in Southeast Asia was a sham. It's a documentary called The Fog of War. Robert McNamara, an auto guy who's in Camelot with JFK all of a sudden is telling us that there's a Red Scare and we have to stop communism. And he fabricated something that never happened called the Gulf of Tonkin. It never happened. We lied to our people, and yet we question whether or not there are conspiracies out there when it's been proven already. Proven. People should shout this. Hey, there's proof that our government lied to us. There's proof our government killed our president. All this stuff has happened. It's nuts to think that we still haven't rebounded from a war like Vietnam because there's shame talking about what happened in Vietnam, because so many people out there will only talk about a war if their perceived microscopic minds think that we won. We won. We don't want to know what happened when we got devastated by a country that was prideful, that rebuilt their trail, the Ho Chi Minh Trail, every day after we were bombing it. Nobody wants to look at the optics anymore. Just Stevie, Mark, Rick, this could be free form really quickly. Do you guys concur? Do you guys have a similar viewpoint about this?
On what Rick was saying, or what you're talking about?
On anything, on what Rick was saying, on what I expanded upon. Your thoughts. Jump in the water.
Well, my thoughts when it comes to the Vietnam War is near and dear to my heart because I was a kid then, and I've seen so many people come back from that war that wasn't right, that were friends that may be old, they're much older than me, but they were still friends in the neighborhood, and they never was right. So when you come to the question that you asked about something that we learned from, did we learn anything from the Vietnam War?
We learned one thing.
Going back to how you structured the question, did we learn anything from that? Because if you don't learn anything from war and you use war for profit, what did you learn? That helped the masses. That only helps the governments.
How to serve the gods of capitalism.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How does that does not help the people. That helps the corporations and the many that run things, the people that take dominion on us as citizens. So in essence, when it comes to,
and you know, when I look at government, I look at government differently because, I mean, Stevie. In fact, if I didn't grow to be 6'7" in 1976, I would have been drafted into the Army and the armed services, not of my own free will, but I would have to. But being tall and being flat-foot, they wouldn't have had me. But I look at it and look at government, period. How can you progress off of someone else's defeats and stuff? Yeah, we won the war, but like you said, I had friends that were over there that came back. And man, it was like, whoa, what the hell happened to these? What happened over there? And they didn't want to talk about it because it wasn't a. It's something that affected them for the rest of their lives, and we still don't treat our armed service people who protected our I guess they say our rights and stuff. We still don't treat them with any kind of dignity.
I agree with that 100%. You know what? Go ahead, Stevie. Go ahead, Stevie.
I'll have to correct Rick on one thing. No, we didn't win the war. We actually lost it.
Mm-hmm.
We actually lost it because, like Abby said earlier, the Vietnam War was never declared a war per se.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so with all that being said, when 50,000 people, documented people that died in a part of the world that they never heard of, and for what? Because it all started with a lie. The only thing that I can say that we as a people, if we're talking in 3025, we as a people can tell people in the future, don't lie to the people.
Don't lie to the people. And guys, I'm going to have Stevie answer this officially very soon. I'm going to kick it over to Mark first, and then Stevie will go last to expand upon this entire topic. And thank you again, because I love you guys just jumping in that water. And you know what? Actually, this just kind of came to my mind. I think that a lot of people that wanted to fight for, of course, this country and serve this country and were drafted or voluntarily served during the Vietnam War, I think that they also came back home psychologically messed up, of course, because of the atrocities they saw. But I also think it's because it's the equivalent of being let down by a father or a mother. Because prior to that, we thought our government was there for us during the beautiful days of the 50s that are glamorized, which weren't so beautiful for a lot of people. But when it became idolized, it was the Leave It to Beaver era. And everybody thought that, you know, again, we like Ike, right? That was the era. We came off of an era where we celebrated presidents that served our country. Every president had, if you think about their military background, these were decorated soldiers first before they became commanders-in-chief. And now all of a sudden, we got 5 commanders-in-chief who can't figure this war out. Kennedy gets a bullet in his head. LBJ doesn't want to run last minute in 1968. Richard Nixon and Watergate happens. Gerald Ford and that sham of the Warren Commission he was a part of. And then enter a peanut farmer in Jimmy Carter, who strategically, I believe, was put in place as president of this country to quell the fears of the public who did not want a politician in office anymore. They were tired of those nasty politicians. They wanted a peanut farmer from Georgia that they could believe in. But how many terms did he serve? 1. He was in there long enough just to boost morale from the public. And then he went away, and those corporate figureheads came right back to run this country. It's sickening. It really is. Man, oh man. Thank you guys again for getting into the nitty-gritty, because this is the stuff that matters.
Mark wanted to
Mark, please, Mark, please.
Yeah, just really quick before I get to mine. I just think you know, it's one thing. It's I think difficult. Obviously, when people want to talk about yucky subjects like the Vietnam War, human trafficking is another one. You know, you don't have fundraisers for human trafficking. You can have fundraisers where people feel good for cancer, for things of heart disease and things of that nature. But you don't have these things for like human trafficking, Vietnam War, all these issues that are kind of yucky to everyone, and they kind of talk around it versus get right into the nuts and bolts of it. So it's a difficult scenario.
I'm glad you brought that up, my friend, because the way you put it, I think, resonates with people. It's yucky, but you're right. Getting knee deep is something we should do, and I'm glad you guys are doing it, because you have a way of educating people that initially they look at the celebrity and then they hear what the person has to say. As we peel back those layers, we get to know the person behind the persona. Mark, same question for you, my friend. In this scenario,
before Mark goes, can I say something?
Sure, please.
What was that word again he used to describe?
Yucky.
Yucky.
Yucky. It's a fun word. It's a fun word, yucky.
Hey, but I would tell people, and I know Mark's going on. I would tell people
that's a grandchild word,
That's what I tell my grandkids. That's what that's yucky. But
Rick, that's proof. That's proof that yourself and Mark and Stevie helped the kids, because now you're starting to sound like with words like yucky. I love it.
Yeah,
That's proof that you guys are around the kids and helping them out.
And see, Avi, I wish it was people out there, more people like you that would do the homework.
Thank you.
Do your homework, and if you have validity behind you, you know you did your homework just to go through the presidents. I don't think people know how far, what president came after the next president, after the next president. These are the things that I teach my kids and teach kids that are around me. So do your homework. If it's something out there that you don't feel right, do your homework. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Read. That's what it called.
So true. It's frustrating. Stevie, how many times do we talk? You and I have 3-hour marathon sessions once a week or twice a week on the phone, and we have that same level of frustration and angst when we know we're powerless because people aren't doing their due diligence. But at this juncture right now, Stevie's still thinking about the word yucky. I'm going to give this right now to Mark Rypien and set him up. I could see your nonverbals. I could hear them. Mark, in this scenario, you've been chosen to visit the future. The year's 3025. This is for our viewers to set them up again. In the year 3025, both American and global history has been neglected by government. You've been assigned to do two things, Mark. You're to speak about to the people of 3025 about an actual historical event prior to the 22nd century that occurred that helped us. But you're also warning the people of 3025 about a historical event that we never rebounded from. So it's the yin and the yang. Which two events do you select to explain to the people of 3025 and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, in this fictitious scenario of 3025, I'm talking 1,000 years from today almost. And so I'm talking to the people about something historical that happened prior to the 22nd century. And I would like to tell them that what we did in the 22nd century is we eradicated childhood cancer, pediatric cancer, that every childhood cancer will have a cure, and that brain cancers, bone cancers, blood cancers all have cures, and that you're aware of this because of your family and your friends. You don't have to, parents will no longer have to see their child succumb to a once, deadly disease. They're able to watch their children grow as children and be part of that. And if they do have a cancer, they know that their child's going to become an adult and not have to worry about that. And the siblings are also, the kids in tow and the siblings are also the ones that suffer too, because they have to watch their brother and sister and how they have to deal with cancer. And now that even though they're going through it in the 3025, they know that the outcome's going to be good. It's going to be 100% cure, and they're going to be able to grow. And there'll be other things, that they'll have to worry about. But when it comes to that the eradication of childhood cancer, that we will have cured cancer, was one of the things we did before the 22nd century ended. And on the other toe would be, I'd have to say, is that we had a kind of a plan here to talk about the carbon footprint in the world. The carbon footprint, which was a good thing in the 22nd century. We wanted to make sure the carbon footprint was going to be good. So we built these battery operated cars and everything else, and the wonderful things that they did to help the carbon footprint, which it did. But little did we know that we would build mountains of these batteries in the coming years up to the 22nd century, and that what these mountains of batteries did to our ecosystem, to our the diseases that it caused to humans, to life in itself, whether it be build a mountain as big as Mount Rushmore or Mount Everest of batteries and landfills of these batteries, because they have to go somewhere. What the effects of that is and how you're affected. And I would reach out to them, and has this affected you in any way, this group in the year 3025, and find out from them the causes of this, because I made it to the end of the 21st century. And well, gosh, I know I won't make it to the end of the 21st century. I'll make it to maybe another 10 more years in the middle of the 21st century. But to the people of the 22nd century that started to have effects of these, these batteries, we all think it's a great thing. We do. It is a great thing to take some of these emissions out. And I think the U.S. in general has done an amazing job. I can remember, and Rick and Stevie, you could probably remember in the 80s and 90s, flying into LA. You could not see LA. You could not see LA because of the smog. And I remember going down to games and playing in college at the LA Coliseum against USC, coming away and 2 days later be coughing and hacking, from my college days playing football down there, and thinking to myself, gosh, there's got to be a better way. Will you fly into LA now? And because the emissions and some of the things they've just done with the gas fuel and the efficiency of gas fuel, it's not as bad. It's still bad, because there's 30 million people in that city. But when you look at the city, you can actually see the city. It's a beautiful city flying into LA. But back in the day, you couldn't see it because of the smog. And so I think those are all effects that I would say, hey, how is it affecting you? Whether it's we tried to be good to eliminate a carbon footprint, and what has it done to the ecosystem and your health in general? Those would be things that I'd look at.
I like that. That's such a cool approach. And I'm learning a lot from you guys, and it's so great to be able to soak in that knowledge. Rick mentioned how we need to take a deep dive, and I got the best seat in the house because when I go backstage virtually in this virtual arena, I'm able to really. Mark, I want to talk to you more about that off camera. I think that's actually really fascinating. Sure. And you brought up the smog in LA in the 80s. Well, there was no thicker smog than the sea of humanity that screwed the Detroit Pistons when there was still time left on the clock in Game 7 of the '88 Finals. I still want those last 7 seconds played. They weren't played, Rick. Those fans yeah.
Avi, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I'm still looking at it every time I see that foul on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Phantom
every
foul.
time it's you know what, we've been in sports a long time, and the fact of the matter, you go like, well, what could and I got a few friends that are in the business of the manufacturing. Clothing manufacturers, and they were. I went to the Super Bowl when the New England Patriots were playing the New York Giants, and I kept saying, "Oh man, the Patriots going to three-peat or whatever." They was like, "No." A friend of mine said, "No, they're not. It's not good for business." And then the Giants won. That's 8 million stories. That when I kept looking at them, going like, get out of here. They could three-peat. But what could sell more? Three-peat jerseys or the New York Giants winning the Super Bowl? And Mark, I ain't got nothing against Washington because, I got nothing but love. And I'm sitting there going like, is this... Sometimes you look at this stuff and I say, this shit pre-planned. And Stevie, you've been in wrestling. I'd be like, this something like Boston Celtics winning it this past year. You go like, Boston ain't win one since with Paul Pierce and Garnett. Now let's get them another ring and let's get them going. It's like
people forget the Pistons could have four-peated, guy. People don't remember that.
But nobody's gonna buy merchandise.
No,
Now you see in professional sports, you got all these damn jerseys. I'm sitting there going like, I'm looking at a game the other night and I'm looking at a Pistons green starter jacket with green and gold, and I'm like, this shit ain't good. Is that Detroit or is that
Boston?
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, right,
Boston.
exactly.
I'm just sitting there going like, what the hell? And Mark,
I got goosebumps because Stevie and I talk on the phone about the business, and I guess fans don't look at it this way through those optics, but it's the business of sports. It's how people don't look at it as a business. Marketing-wise, Rick just did it. How can you market the same team over and over again, create new stars, build new interest in new fans by creating said new stars and new teams if they think it's stale to see the same winning over and over again?
Avi, I think I'm going to send Rick a copy of my book as soon as I finish. He's getting the first copy. Hey, Rick, you know what the name of the book is?
What is it?
How Pro Wrestling Has Influenced and Changed Pop Culture.
Send one to me too.
Yes.
It goes to what Rick is talking about. You know what I'm saying, Mark?
I agree. I think there's something in on it.
Everything's pro wrestling today, Mark. Everything with politics. Okay, we got politicians talking like pro wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's one for you. Could the Kansas City Chiefs three-peat? They wasn't gonna let them three-peat with Philadelphia. All that merchandise that they could sell in Philly, and I played in Philly, and they always wanted a winner. And then now this year, here's one that y'all better take and just think about it. The trade for Luka Doncic to LA Lakers and all of a sudden LA wins 8 in a row, and then LeBron gets hurt or whatever, but they want the Lakers to win.
You see the script.
I see the script, and it's like, man, come on, man, give me something.
You see the script. Yeah, because kids, God forbid, kids were actually rooting for a team like Detroit. They got things done, but the league knew, well, we can't market physicality and brutality. We can't have
right.
But you know what? They got their window, and it was great, but they did get cheated because they were playing a team like the Lakers back then that were still selling so much merch, that still had teammates. Yeah, right. 4 Hall of Famers that were all marketable in their own way. There was no way that anybody was going to disrupt that. No way.
I have to disagree with you, Avi.
Why's that?
Wait,
tell me, please.
Okay,
because
please.
Nothing sells out of Detroit.
Wow, nothing.
Other than automobiles, you can't sell anything from Detroit.
Well, how do you get your ass around down there where you at in an automobile from Detroit? And the fact of the matter is,
I just said that.
It's
you just regurgitated exactly what I said.
Yes, I know. But here's the thing. Steve. I live in Detroit. I love.
Oh, you still there?
I'm still here, and guess what? I raised my kids here. This is a happening city and also a happening state. So
I never said it wasn't.
But you said what else?
I said no memorabilia is going to get sold out there. Barry Sanders left a long time ago.
No, I mean that was Barry Sanders, and
you
the team back then was crap.
You better tell him,
they were crap.
You're bringing Mark. You're bringing Mark into this.
Yeah, Mark played football. He went there.
Barry Sanders, the greatest ever played. No,
and they couldn't sell his.
Hey, listen, coming from one of the greatest quarterbacks.
And that's why Stevie stuck with wrestling, because he couldn't play football or basketball. Don't worry.
Brother, I was a great football player and a great basketball player and a great track guy. Don't worry about that, bro.
Oh, I wish.
Don't try to come down on me.
I wish I'd have had your ass on the back.
Don't try to come down on me.
Hey, look.
You asked Mark Rypien. Mark Rypien played with a friend of mine. Hey, Mark. You asked Dal Green who beat him after track practice every day.
I will ask him that, Stevie. I'm going to ask him
that. Did you get
I
paid?
came on the Norm Turner show and told him the same thing.
Now, Stevie ran track.
Did you get paid for that? Yeah. Did you get paid for beating them in the race?
No, I got injured. I got injured in my senior season.
Yeah. What, high school?
I had a hip pointer. You know what that is?
Nah, I never had that. That's something that.
Well, a football player would know what it is because I played football also.
It's pretty painful. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but
and I
just
some
asked the question, Stevie. Stevie, you're a multifaceted athlete and mind. There's no doubt. A lot of the viewers over here, Rick and Mark, have predicted Stevie to win the whole tournament. But I got to say this: you said what's come out of Detroit. Well, how about this?
The Corvette. That's the only thing I know.
Oh, Rick Mahorn and his children now come out of Detroit. But how about this? We just mentioned them, so let's not be repetitive. But I'll frame it differently. A team that went against the odds during the heyday of the Celtics, the only team to defeat the Celtics, the Bulls, and the Lakers during their respective heydays. Only one team did that, Detroit. That was it.
I'm not talking about the Detroit Pistons. I was talking about selling memorabilia.
No, and guess what? That's in all small cities. You know that. I mean,
I know
small market.
But why are you coming down on me for speaking the truth?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, sir. Please accept my apologies, because you're gonna sit up there and cry.
No, I'm not.
You need some tissue or something. I can mail. Well, once you mail your book,
I was a big Detroit.
Hey, listen, Stevie. No. Hold on a second. I just got to say this because I got Rick Mahorn. He tells it like it is. We were talking before the show started. He said the same thing to me. And you know what? He lived up to his promise because he FedExed me some tissues right here. If you need some,
I got some already. I'm not crying. I'm not crying, man.
The bottom line is morally the country wants the underdog, the small markets, but corporate America wants to sell. And that's
such a good point. That's such a good point.
Hey, Mark.
Look,
that's a good point, Mark.
Isn't that what we've been talking about?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey,
we kind of been talking about that without talking about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's funny because they come out with a new sneaker every day. This man, I be sitting at this marketing and this stuff. I be sitting. Oh, we're bringing back the Jordan 3s, and they cost $250 freaking
Yes.
dollars.
And are very cheap to make. Very cheap to make.
Very cheap. Almost slave labor.
Yes.
And guess what? It's so profitable when they go on something called StockX, or you get your friends like, did you get those? Did you get that? Man, they make about
And Rick, without
12
taking
of
away
them.
from a guy that you know better than anybody, no one knows Michael Jordan better than Rick Mahorn. We are not taking away from this guy. But let's just be honest. Because that merchandise sells, you got to keep Jordan in the conversation no matter what. Of course, we know about how amazing he was on the court, but the youngsters don't know. So you got to keep him relevant because the guy still makes not just the NBA, but corporate America a fortune.
You're damn right. That's this.
And people like Rick knows that.
Right.
A lot of the guys from Rick's era, they all know this.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this. You know this.
You have.
I've been telling people this for years.
Same.
You guys don't understand business.
That's
people,
right.
The best marketers in the world will find a way. They can regenerate a young Mark Rypien rolling out to the side, 1991, okay? And throwing it way downfield to Art Monk if they wanted to.
They could.
And make it look like he did it yesterday.
They could.
Preach.
They could. Preach. Hey, you know what, Stevie? I'm going to kick it right now over to you to finish this topic, and then we got one more and we're out of here. But I want to say this really quickly because you're absolutely right, and you were talking about Mark and how he could throw, and we all know, of course, man, this guy had one of the best hands in the world, but the kids loved him as well. Do you know that children would call Terry on football during Sundays, and they'd say, is Mark there? And she'd tell him Mark doesn't live here anymore because he's in D.C. playing football. On Monday, the phone would ring again. Is Mark there yet? That's how much they love Mark. This was cool because when the Rypiens stayed together in a convent in St. Paul during Super Bowl week. Is that right?
Yes, Minneapolis or St. Paul Cathedral.
In a convent, yeah.
Well, the nuns had a convent across the street in the Marriott Hotel. There's no rooms in the city, so
yeah.
Being Catholic. When I say Catholic, I'm not a practicing Catholic.
right.
I see the fingers.
I had an in to the church there, and I got 56 of my family members and
wow
into the little convent there, and it was a very nice. So
that is really cool. That is really cool.
56, yeah. The cost.
Wow.
Now
you're hanging down
it cost
you're hanging
more
in the
money to buy
hood.
tickets for the game than it did for winning the game.
We call that a hood.
I didn't know I had that many friends and family that wanted to come to a game.
But man, Mark, I love where we're going here. Rick kind of pioneered this, and Stevie and I talk about it all the time. When you think that because teams think that because they win a championship, they're going to be protected. But that's when you start counting numbers. Why did they put this person on there or that person? Think about this for a second, right? I mean, think about Detroit. Two people in particular, Vinnie Johnson and James Edwards. They thought they were going to be on the unprotected list, but they weren't. Everyone thought that during the expansion draft. They think that all of a sudden, you know what? I'm untouchable. No one's untouchable in this league because of the business part of it. We heard Chuck Daly in that promo that I played for Rick Mahorn saying, we could not have done this without this man. You hear his contemporaries saying he was the most valuable player on a team because not only did he bring it every time, but he brought that toughness also from the Bullets. People forget about the bad boys preceding the Detroit Pistons. Old Jeff and Rick and what they did on the court in Washington. The Bruise Brothers and how they pounded you. That 84 series, that was one of the first I watched with Papa Klein, who's no longer here, when they took it to Boston. People thought, wait, this 35-win team Bullets team isn't going to go anywhere. In that playoff series in round number 1, the first time they played a best of 5, they took it to Boston and showed them who they were. And I think that's when the real toughness evolved in the NBA. It originated from that Washington Bullet team that Rick Mahorn was a part of. Rick, I mean, facts are facts, right?
Yeah, facts are facts. And, it's the business of basketball. When you look at it between getting traded, Mark can understand that and understand that, hey, I'm keeping a job. I'm going to another city and I'm keeping a job. But like the numbers do count. And Vinnie Johnson and James Edwards are two of my best friends, especially at that time.
Yeah,
and we're on that celebration on that doggone ship riding down the parade and everything. And they kept thinking it was going to be one of them, and they're already talking to their agent. And then I had to go like, yeah, well, they might put me on there. And at that time, didn't know. But when they told me, my mother said, God closes one door and opens up another. So I went to Philadelphia and I raised more hell, especially when I played Detroit. So
that's right. You couldn't help yourself.
Yeah, that's all.
He can't help. He can't help himself.
Well,
you can't.
know what? I'll tell you what, Stevie. That was reality, but
brother, that's what I love about him. I hate to tell him this, but I was a big Rick Mahorn fan, man.
You told me.
I hate to tell you that.
Stevie, let me ask you a question. I got to ask you this, though. Do you still think that a pro wrestler is going to win this whole tournament?
Most definitely.
We got to be honest here. Okay, Rick Mahorn, do you think a basketball player is going to win this whole tournament?
Yeah, me. That's what I'm looking at right now.
There you go.
I ain't thinking about no other wrestler. So what are you thinking about? A whole bunch of wrestlers, and you're thinking about it's me, the baddest of the bad boys here.
We're seeing some of that happening now in this tournament, man. Tim Hardaway went right at it with Scott Winters, the actor, when Scott said, hey, man, we're filming TV people. We can be philosophical. One of us is going to win. So you're seeing these kind of allegiances being forged by people based on their fields of interest. It's incredible to see right now. Mark, representing football, we got Eric Dickerson in this thing. We got Jim McMahon in this thing. We got a bevy of football greats as well, including yourself. Mark, you think a football player is going to win this entire tournament?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. I love that. That's cool. I like seeing that.
Are we ever going to get to that final stage, though? Are we ever going to get to that?
We're building this up for our viewers. We're building it up.
Hey,
we're putting all that hot air in the balloon. We're building that hot air right now is what we're doing.
I just want to know.
I got to get my grandchild, so we got to go.
Guys, Mark Rypien, let me tell you something right now. I'll tell you what, if your grandchild shows up on air, if your grandchild's right here with you, you're probably going to win. That's
probably have a good chance.
Probably have a good chance of winning. Guys, I'm going to kick it over right now to Stevie Ray to finish topic number 1. Stevie, you know the topic. I won't even read it. We already read it. The floor is yours whenever you want me to read it again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Read it. Okay, Stevie, again, I'll zip right through this because the floor is going to be yours. The year 3025 and the year 3025, both American and global history has been neglected. It's been shunned by government across the board. You've been assigned to do 2 things. You're able to speak to the people of 3025 about an actual historical event prior to the 22nd century that occurred that helped society greatly. You're also warning the people of 3025 about a historical event that we never rebounded from. It's the yin, the yang, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the promising and the devastating. Which 2 events do you select to explain to the people of 3025 and why? The floor is yours whenever you're ready to go, good sir.
Actually, I have several but I'm only going to choose 2, like you said, because if I'm talking to people, if I'm taking a time machine and I went forward 1,000 years, I will try to enlighten the people on events that were a progression for the masses. But for every progression, it is bad. That's something bad that comes out of it, if that makes sense. For every step you take forward, sometimes you take a step backwards. So with all of that being said, I would like for the people 1,000 years ahead of us to think about the military-industrial complex. The military-industrial complex of which Eisenhower warned the United States about before he left office. And the reason I put that military-industrial complex out there, because that is something that affects the whole world in its industry. It affects the whole world in one way, shape, or another. Because you got to realize something, coming out of World War II, that is when we went to nuclear fission. Now, we all know that something nuclear can be used for things that are good, but it also can be used for what it was used for in World War II, to kill mass people, weapons of mass destruction. And when you got people that are entwined with the government and with the corporations, sometimes people will use something good for something bad. So in essence, I would inform the people of 3025. Please, if you haven't already, get a hold of the military industrial complex, because as long as they're able to do what they do, we see it. Now, the message that I'm bringing it from today, 2025. Whereas we see our government today with the Doge thing, and they're talking about mass waste when it comes to money. Nobody ever questions in this country how much money that the military industrial complex is using. Do you know they spend more money than the next 18 industrial countries put together? So where's all that money going? And then we want to talk about cutting these things here, cutting these things here, cutting these. The only thing you have to look at, and experts have talked about this, is look at military spending and then apply it to everything else. And you will see what money wasted is going for. You will see that. But that will be the one thing I think will be good if they haven't done it already in 3025. Make sure they do it. That would be my first thing. Secondly, something that we're still haven't recovered from. I talked about this the first time I came on the show, but I was with a couple of guys that wasn't as astute. I'm not saying that they just hadn't really thought about it, but I'll bring it up with you two guys, with Rick and Mark, of which I respect very much. Big fan to Mark, big fan to Rick, even though he doesn't believe it. But be that as
Let's hear that second one, Stevie.
Okay, I got it. The second thing that really has bothered me a whole lot, because I've studied it so much. When Rick was talking about how when he grew up, he read a lot and he went to the library a lot, and encyclopedias. I remember my mother buying my family encyclopedias, and she paid for them, you know, like on a weekly or monthly type deal to the encyclopedia guy that came around to people's house. So I know exactly what Rick is talking about, because that same thing went on in my house. So when you're bored and stuff like that, we don't have one television, and if somebody else is watching something you don't watch, what do? You go to the encyclopedia, pull stuff out, and just start reading it for the hell of it. You don't even know what it is sometimes, and just start reading it for the hell of it. And that's why I got a lot of my knowledge on certain things that I don't even remember, but if somebody brings something up, boom, it'll pop in my head, and I go, where did I learn that? So I must have read it somewhere between encyclopedias and going to the, and Rick, I don't know if you did this, when it was hot, you're coming home from school here in Texas, it gets really hot in the summertime. You go to the library where it's cool.
Yeah, because you didn't have any air conditioning.
Yeah.
Only thing you had fans in the window, and you go like, "Mom, why is it blowing in and not out? It's hot as hell up there."
So I would read about. I would go to the library and read about, and actually, a lot of people don't know this. Avi knows it. I was dyslexic growing up, but when I read things that I was interested in, I could make it out. I could make it out very good. But if I was going through textbooks and stuff like science and this, that, and the other, it would bother me, you know, and I didn't get it. But I would go to the library and read about my heroes, whoever my heroes were. If I was into that, that's what I read about. So be it as it may, the reason I'm bringing that up is because I did the same thing with this topic, which is 9/11, September 2001, 9/11. When I say 9/11 is near and dear to my heart, I wasn't home when it happened. I was in Australia wrestling, and I couldn't get home for a week. So it kind of like really got to me mentally. My daughter was in the first grade or the second grade at that time, and trying to get in contact with them, which was hard as hell to do, to just let her know Daddy was okay and he was going to be coming home whenever they let me come home. So when I got home, over the years, I started studying about 9/11. And that's when I said, that's when I knew to the T, and nobody could tell me different. Our government has lied to us. I don't believe everything they're saying. And after doing a lot of research, the only thing I can say is this. Our government told me that 2 buildings came down because of airplanes, jet planes, and because of the jet fuel. And most people that know anything about jet fuel, it's nothing but kerosene, which my grandmother and my grandfather used to use back in the country. They also told me that Building 7 came down from office fires in its own footprint. They also told me that an airplane hit the Pentagon, yet we see no film of it. They also told me a plane landed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, in a hole about the size of my dungeon right here. And we're supposed to believe that. So be that as it may, going back to what I was saying earlier, that when your government lies to you, who do you have faith in? If you don't have faith in your government, if the people are all separated, going back to what Rick was talking about, and we can't even get along because of the talking heads that keep us separate. How discombobulated can we be when so many different things, going back to the Vietnam War, all the way up to 9/11, all the way up till today, whereas politically, our history, African Americans, is being eradicated, and there has been legislation passed in 23 states. I have a problem with that because nobody is standing up for the people that don't have enough power to stand up against the government, especially when you are divided. I have a problem with that. So if we don't learn from those things, which I'll never accept 9/11 from what they told us, I'll never accept it. So the people in 2025, if you don't stop the lies will continue. And the only thing I can say to the people in 3025, not 2025, but 3025, you have a choice to make. If you haven't done it yet, you better get started on it. That's pretty much about it.
That's awesome.
Stevie, I've known you for almost a decade. Like Marcus Mahorn mode. I want to say that because, again, almost 10 years of knowing you personally and also working alongside you, I gave you a nickname. Stevie gave me a nickname years ago. What was that?
The Professor.
And I gave you a nickname when? A few years ago, too, the Scholar.
Yeah.
Because you are, now hold on a second. Stevie always, one of the smartest guys I know, but he doesn't know that about himself. Don't ever put yourself down because your level of intellect and what you can retain is absolutely stunning. I could see Mark and I could see Rick listening along. And again, I've seen everyone do that tonight. When Mark is speaking, the world stops and we're listening to him. When Rick is speaking, my world stop and your world stop and we're listening to him. It's just beautiful to capture your nonverbals, is a Hollywood term, but your nonverbals because you guys are so tuned into each other. Mark?
Yeah, Steve, I'd like to say that is following in the footsteps of some of the greatest individuals that are dyslexic and most brilliant minds out there. You are following in their footsteps, my friend, and continue.
Amen. Amen. Amen to that. And you know what, guys? To our audience, that was topic number 1. After topic number 2, you guys and gals and the pals in the comment section will vote on who resonates most with you. Voting is a cool thing here because it's not like politics where you're voting by holding a pitchfork and saying, you're better than the other person. As we know, as we've come to know with this audience of 3 million, when you're voting, you're simply saying, someone resonated with me. Someone resonated with me. There's no better or worse here. Somebody resonated with me, and I think that's a pretty beautiful thing. Rick and Mark and Stevie, we're going to delve right now into our second topic. That's okay. But I want to bring this up because, Stevie, you brought this up real quick, and I know we're not going to expand upon it now, but in our future show, we will. We're going to wait for Rick to pop back in because we're about to delve into topic number 2. Right now, there's just a couple of tech things that do happen. Absolutely. Mark's going to go first in our second topic. But here, you know what? I'm just going to say this real quick. I'll even cut shorter than I was going to.
No, don't cut short. No.
No. Well, the World Trade Center building was tested against Boeing 707s. They're actually bigger than the planes that hit the towers. Think about that one day. Think about that every war we've had was a false flag operation. That wasn't the first time. A lot of people think it was, but it wasn't. So I just wanted to bring that up. How about the fact that John F. Kennedy ordered the first 1,000 advisors out of Vietnam in 1965, and he would have gotten us out, and yet somehow that didn't appear in the Warren Commission? How about LBJ's first meeting as president? How about the first thing he talked about was Vietnam, which wasn't officially a war yet? How does that happen? How do you talk about something that didn't even happen officially yet?
Because they didn't listen to Eisenhower, who told them about what?
The industrial complex. And he told him, don't betray your military. And when Kennedy turned against his military, because the military turned on him, because the Bay of Pigs fiasco happened in 1961, and he spoke about how he felt bad that Cuban refugees who were cab drivers, who were lawyers, who weren't military people, they were promised they would be trained. And Kennedy thought they were trained by a government and military, and they weren't. So, of course, he spoke out. And that was all she wrote. That's it. The moment he spoke against his military, we know what happened. LBJ got the memo. From that point, we know LBJ doubled down on Vietnam. He saw what happened to Kennedy. There's no doubt about that. So, really, think about what happened even after Kennedy got assassinated. 2 conspiracies took place. One was to kill Kennedy, and the other was to cover it up. People don't know about this, but I taught about this. Kennedy and Khrushchev were back-channel communicating, and the governments didn't even know it. They both agreed to end the Cold War by 1965, but Pope John, who was actually the person back-channeling between them, died of cancer. Khrushchev, we know what happened to him in 1964, a coup de grace just to get this guy out of here. And then, of course, Kennedy gets assassinated. And with the exception of détente, which was peace between the Soviets and the U.S. for 5 years in the 70s, we got Cold War version 2.0 in the 80s. So it stinks that our own military and government didn't allow 2 superpowers who were supposedly neck and neck in this war to make any sort of peace talks, make any sort of progress, because it wasn't economically feasible for both nations. Really sucks that money always gets in the way.
Always
guys,
the money.
It always the money. Rick, Mark, and Stevie. Mark's going to tackle topic number 2 first. Guys and gals, we have to play this first. Again, this is just a quick video, Mark and Stevie and Rick, of those that we've lost, who are no longer here, who have left this planet, who are in this tournament, as we bid them adieu.
Thank you.
Trio of options for Gallagher, more underrated than why. Sauerkraut, Henry Kissinger's deep, soothing voice, or dogs wearing sweaters.
I like dogs wearing sweaters.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I haven't done an interview in 20 years.
Mr. Sizemore, first name Tom. How are you, my friend? I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom, I could do that.
Wow, that was something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
That was terrific, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And you know what? As charming as a guy that you are, man, and as honest as a guy as you are, and as down-to-earth as a guy as you are, you played a character that isn't so down-to-earth named Scrooge in college. You played Scrooge. And, of course, I feel like a thespian should rely on their instinct. Do you feel like you rely on your instinct a lot as a storyteller as well?
I mean, playing Scrooge at that young an age was, when I think about it now, I only way I could have done it is I was relying on my instincts. You know, I could have done it the other way. Okay.
More underrated than why? Unicycles, Italian men named Skippy, or sophisticated dinosaurs?
What? More sophisticated dinosaurs?
Yeah,
I want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy. I just want to say.
Yes. Yeah, Italian men named Skippy.
I just want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy.
Yeah, something you'll never hear. Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you have a nice time?
I had a great time. It was ball.
Yeah, man.
I want to do it again. This is great. I just think it's going to be, a lot of fun for people. I don't think people there's nothing like this on the air. I don't think really. No, there isn't. I just think it's going to be I'm very interested in how people respond to it. Because I know it's going to be interesting and see if people tune in and stay tuned in. And I really hope they do. And I'm all yours, bro. Let's go out and make this work. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.
I teach a workshop, and one of my students finally said about my class about iambic pentameter. He finally said, I got it. And he was excited. And it was both his elation and those 3 words that make it worthwhile, right?
Amen. Amen. You got it. But I think I've got to have equally passionate people involved in the production of it. That passion will override any reservations anybody has as to the show's potential for entertainment or education.
Did you feel as if transitioning to the stage and performing live theater was a natural fit for you?
Yes, I did. I always felt very comfortable on stage, more so on stage than I did in film or television. So I'm looking forward to you, Avi, giving me your thoughts and your input, because as I told you, that piece that you sent me is, I love good writing, and I think
Thank you,
that's
sir.
been the secret of my career. And this is a beautiful piece of writing, as I said. I'm referring to the piece that you wrote me. You're onto something because you're a writer. You're a creative force, and I want to hook up.
Thank you so much for those kind words, guys. Thank you for being you, my friend. I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly.
And that goes double for me to you, Avi.
My pop would be having a field day right now, being here with Rick Mahorn, Stevie Ray, and Mark Rypien. Stevie, I think I've told you that Rick Mahorn was his favorite player. There's no bullshit when I say stuff. I don't say that about every player that comes here. I say that about Rick Mahorn. He loved his grit, and Rick, he was also honored. We know about your birthday. You guys share that too. That's a pretty cool thing as well. And Rick, I swear to you when I say this, he is smiling right now beside me, seeing your smile right now and listening to you, my friend.
Well, listen, Avi, what you do and what you've been doing and having those greats that were just on there, giving them honor and rest in peace. I'm up here dealing with Junior Bridgman passing this week. And, when we start losing our people and our brothers and sisters out there, we go, just take a breath. We live for each day. So
You're right, my friend.
Look forward to talking to get that book from Stevie and Mark enjoying his grandchildren and me.
That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, Mark, you got to get one too. You got to get one too,
guys.
bro.
And if you never got to know John Amos, let me tell you this: he too is enjoying what we're doing now, man. A 4-year friendship with that man, who is a class act, who can say one sentence and teach you more about life in that one sentence than you've heard in your entire 40, 50 years on Earth. That's how wise John Amos was. Fountain of information. Mark, I'm transitioning to topic number 2 because you're the first person to tackle it, and then we'll bid you adieu right after you finish. How about that? Mark, what I have to do right now is do something that John and my dad and everyone else that departed this planet would probably like, because you're going to play a very, very quick 60-second game called I'd Pay. I would pay. I'll set it up for you. It's a ton of fun. It's wacky. Wacky options. Stevie's going to play. Rick's going to play. Mark's going to play first. Here's the way it works. Mark, I'm going to give you 3 hypothetical options that you would pay for if you were watching any of the above. You have to pick 1 out of 3. Pick 1 out of 3. They're very wacky options. So have fun with this, my friend. Here we go. Mark, of the following options that I present to you right now in this game called I Would Pay, which would you pay for to see and why? Rocky Balboa as a neurosurgeon, Seinfeld as a correctional officer, or Rambo as a talk show host?
Ooh. Rocky Balboa.
As a talk show host.
No, as a surgical. What was Rocky Balboa?
Rocky Balboa is a neurosurgeon. As a neurosurgeon.
Absolutely. Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, arguing with the other side. I thought it's a spleen.
I would just like to know the conversation. Hey, you got a brain in there, and I'm going to maybe try to add another brain to you. But where's Adrian? Yo, Adrian.
Yeah, right here. I don't think I could perform the surgery unless Adrian's by my side. A bit of a problem over here is what I'm saying. Option number 2 for Mark Rypien. Option number 2, we'll kick it back to Stevie and, of course, to Rick once it's their turn. Would you pay for to see and why of the following if you had a choice? Darth Vader as a wedding planner, Godzilla as a massage therapist, or Freddy Krueger as a personal trainer?
What was the first one?
We have Godzilla as a massage therapist or Darth Vader as a wedding planner.
Oh wow, that's a kiss of death. Darth Vader is a wedding planner. You know,
The wedding can't go wrong. It can't go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong there, can it?
It better not.
Yeah, better not go wrong.
Yeah, you know you're being from your cornbread. It
Or
better
the
not.
force will be with you.
The force will be with it. Can't you see him talking to the caterer? I told you more fish tacos. Like nothing will go wrong.
Hold on. Something come that sword.
And we got the last one over here for Mark. I'll give some new ones for Stevie and Rick. Mark, which would you pay for to see and why of the following? Alf, attorney at law, Papa Smurf, the hip-hop artist, or Mr. Bean, the motivational speaker?
Papa Smurf as a hip hop artist would be kind of entertaining.
You don't even listen to hip hop.
Oh, I love a little hip hop. I got a 15-year-old granddaughter. That's,
right.
All right, so give me drop some lines for me real quick. Something, a little
Well,
bit.
I mean, Snoop Dogg's my guy, right? You know.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Hey,
Mark, I promise you, growing up,
Stevie, I'm done with him.
Mark, I swear to God, growing up in Queens, New York, I cut geometry class just to write bars and spit lines. But I can tell you right now, the grandkids know more about it than we do. So you're right; they know more about it than we do. Hey, man,
Snoop Dogg,
you're right.
I'm killing you, killing me.
Hey, man, Mark, I love you, man. I got to ask you a question because this is topic number 2. So I'll kick it to you right now, and we'll make it official. Mark, here's topic number 2 for you. If you could narrate a moment in a loved one's life, which person would you choose and why? Which moment would you select and why? And finally, what would be the opening sentence you choose to open your narration with and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours. Good, sir.
Well, first of all, I had a great time. Stevie, thank you so much for making my sister's dreams when she was here on this earth come true. She absolutely loved you. Rick,
Appreciate
being
it.
a huge
Appreciate
basketball
her.
guy, and again, holding John Stockton to 32 a game in high school was, kind of my forte, but love
I
the
wouldn't
game of
do bad.
basketball. Love the way you played the game of basketball, and appreciate both you guys. Avi, thanks for having us out here. This one kind of is pretty sentimental. So my first line would be gone, way too young, but never forgotten. And my narration of this was, his name was Andrew Robert James Rypien. He was born on June 22nd, 1995, to my wife and I, Annette. He was perfect in so many ways. As he grew up, so did his smile and his love and affection to his 2 older sisters, Amber and Angela. Then on one summer morning in 1997, I was in training camp in Macomb, Illinois, and Dick Vermeil brought me into his office and said, Mark, there's been an emergency back home. Your son has had a seizure, and I think it'd probably be a good idea to go back and check and take care of family. Whenever you want to come back, you just let me know. And Dick Vermeil, I'd have to say, is one of the greatest. Rick, you probably knew him a little bit when you were in Philly, and Steve, you probably run across him, and just one of the neatest guys ever. He wanted to make sure you took care of your matters. So I went home, and obviously you go home and, you see a bunch of things in your son's nose and ears and everything, as he's just kind of trying to figure out what caused the seizure. So we take a look, and the doctor does the procedure and comes back. I mean, we have to wait about a week after the MRI to find out what's going on. We meet with our doc, and the doc says, well, I just want to let you know we've got some a fight ahead of us here. Your son has been diagnosed with a benign or a malignant brain tumor. It's called a PNET, primitive neuroectodermal tumor. And the first thing we need to probably do is operate. It was in his frontal lobe of his brain, which is good because it wasn't in areas that would cause any serious issues at the time. Doctor did the surgery, and he said, what we need to do is get on a chemotherapeutic program. And in Spokane, where we lived, there was not a children's hospital there. We felt it was a great opportunity to stay with our 2 older girls, Amber and Angela, in their school in St. Louis. They also had Barnes Jewish Children's Hospital there. That was a great facility to get treatment. Andrew received his treatment there throughout the season. Every night that he was in the hospital, I would go after practice and be there with my wife at his side, and we'd have both grandparents and parents and grandparents there, that would take care of the kids and kind of navigate the system as we went through it. He was amazing. Kids are very, very resilient at that age. They think this is kind of the way life is supposed to be. They don't really know at the age of 2. And so he went through that. His counts came back really fast. So as quick as he got his treatment, the quicker he got home. We implemented some of his he had a Broviac here that they gave him his medicine through, and we became doctors at home to give him the heparin locks and the things that he needed to stay home so he could be with his sisters and be as normal as possible going through the circumstances. He finished all his treatment, lost his hair, lost a lot of weight. I cut my hair off too in honor of him. We came back home, and after Christmas, we had another scan and found out that the scan that they had, that the tumor was still there, which they kind of knew. We just wanted to kind of keep it at bay, and we were going to go through the next phase, which was to plant radiation seeds in Andrew's brain. And these radiation seeds, because the brain is 2 years old, you don't want to radiate it because the person would become a vegetable, but you can radiate the specific area of the brain. So they opened it up, took the rest of the tumor out. We thought we had everything clear and done. And after that, it was kind of amazing, to what he'd been through, and have these radiation seeds, and they have an expectancy about 67, 68 days. And after that, we thought it would be said and done. And sure enough, when it was all over with, it was about, I think it was probably the 1st of May. He was doing amazing. He didn't lose any of his balance or any of the things that you think kid. He was actually more skilled than a lot of the kids his age. He was coming up to his 3rd birthday, and just after his 3rd birthday, probably another day after that, we had another seizure episode. And so we felt, wow, what is happening here? And, is this something that, is a cause of the medication or what? So we went back in, and the tumor had grown, not only the original size, but a bit larger than it was originally. And the doctor's recommendation at that point in time was have your loved ones around and be around your loved ones and spend as much time as with Andrew as you possibly can for that day when he won't be here with us. And so I can remember the morning, the last day that he was here, that my dog, who every night from that day on, that we just said, hey, we're just going to love him as much as we can. He slept between my wife and I. Andrew did, and we just want to make sure we were with him at all time. And I remember the dog coming up to me and kind of at the bed and said, all right, Gabby, the dog's name was Gabby, you got to go outside. So we went outside, and the dog didn't go to the bathroom. And at that time, the dog came back in, and I came back in the bedroom, and my wife said, he's gone. And I go, I know, I took the dog out. She was thinking I was thinking the dog. He says, no, Andrew is gone. He had passed. And so that was his day, August 22nd, 1998, where we spent our last day with our son. And as much as you hate that, you also look at the narration and the whole story about sadly losing a son to a very bad disease, but to also honor your son after that and honor his legacy and his life with the foundation to help other families and incorporate things that can make the quality of care and the quality of life for families and children that are going through cancer a little bit easier. And I just got done here this last week at St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital event. They raised about $6.5 million. It's amazing the work that they do. And the great thing is about that is that, through something like this 25 years ago, it doesn't get any easier, anniversaries and things that come up. But you also realize, though, that through that, you can honor your son. And we have a school called the Andrew Rypien School at Children's Hospital in Spokane, which we have now, that makes sure that all kids that go through any treatment, doesn't have to be cancer, but are in there for a long period of time, will have the opportunity to keep up with their studies. So they'll be able to graduate with their peers. So not only sadly that they have cancer or whatever, they get ostracized by their own peers, but if they don't graduate with their peers, they get called stupid and things of that nature. So we want to do something that would make sure that their school experience and be able to graduate with their friends and that was going to happen. So that will go on in perpetuity, and very grateful for the work that Sacred Heart Children's Hospital is doing and the school is doing, and all our caregivers and people in that industry that are doing so many great things and all over the country. So that would be my narration for my son and what he loved and what I loved about him and the lessons that he taught us through, you know, his not necessarily suffering, but through his trials and through his, you know, situation that we had to endure. But it was a blessing to know that it came to not the outcome that we wanted. And as in sports, it's not always the outcome that you want, but we can look back at this and say that the good that came after, you know, Andrew's passing is something that I can always look back and honor him and always remember him in the wonderful ways that I do. So.
And you do so eloquently, and I want to say this, Mark, before you depart. Hold on, I want to say this to you about Andrew.
Sure. Andrew's
become someone on the show. You've been here now multiple times. You've been here a bunch. Andrew's become a very cool talking point. I always bring up your foundation. I always will. I'm going to make sure our viewers, if they can help out any family in need, Mark is the guy to go to for that. I want to say this to you.
Let me, because we merged, you know, Mark Few obviously is one of the greatest basketball coaches Spokane's ever had. Gonzaga just won the WCC, I don't know, for the umpteenth time last night, beating St. Mary's, which is their arch rival. But Mark ran the coaches versus cancers, as Rick, you're probably familiar with, you know, but we switched, and Mark was doing a lot of things. And
now you're merged, right?
Yes, he wanted to make sure that our money stayed locally, and Coaches versus Cancer does wonderful jobs across the nation, but he wanted to make sure, so we formed the Community Cancer Fund, where he was basically the adult arm, we the pediatric arm. We merged to form the Community Cancer Fund in Spokane. So anyone interested and wants to look at what we're doing and the projects that we're doing, please get on there. And again, appreciate it.
I want to say this to you. So Bishop Leon is known as one of the patron saints of children. And you know when he was born? August 22nd. Mark Rypien, I think that's beautiful. The same day that we know that Andrew departed this world for a better place. We know that. Mark Rypien, are you still with us, my friend?
What was that date again?
August 22nd is when Andrew crossed over.
My birthday.
Your birthday. That's incredible. Mark, are you still with us, my friend?
He's frozen.
I don't think so. Mark, if you can't hear us, my friend, thank you again. Appreciate you. It might clear up or not. But anyhow, I do want to bring this up, even if Mark can't hear me. I want to say this about Mark. 1998 was when Andrew crossed over, and since then, from 2004, the Rypien Foundation was established with the intent to provide hope and help to families who fight childhood cancer. The funds the foundation raised has gone over to support local programs that themselves had no funding. Mark Rypien's foundation has helped more than 265 other foundations survive and flourish because their foundation gives back to other foundations instead of making sure that they establish the funds they need to keep theirs going. That's impressive. That's Mark Rypien. That's the human being. So I'm kind of glad we got to know a bit about Mark as a human being. And we're going to depart right now, guys, with Rick Mahorn and Stevie Ray, as they'll tackle this topic as well. Mark, my friend, I see that you're trying to sign in. If I do see you, I'll pull you back into the screen. Guys and gals and pals, hey, little icebreaker, why not? Stevie and Mark, guys and gals, are still, right now, I could see based on these topics, are probably going to go in a very similar direction. Rick, we'll see where he goes as well. But Rick and Stevie, I'm going to give you the same questions again if I can. Mark, there you are, my friend.
Sorry, I just wanted to say goodbye. My phone overheated.
Mark Rypien, we appreciate you, my friend. Hey, I want to ask this question. Just a couple of these. Get a little options for Rick Mahorn and, of course, for Mr. Stevie Ray. If you would pay for the following and why, which one would it be? Starting with Rick Mahorn. Would you pay to see one of the following? Beetlejuice as a runway model, cast of Goodfellas as studio and audience members on Jerry Springer, or Jason Voorhees of Friday the 13th as a professional ice skater?
No, I'll go with the cat. I'll go with the cat.
I knew you would. I
would go with the cast. And what show was that? Avi, I don't know.
Jerry studio audience members on Jerry Springer.
Man, I'd be sitting up there. They probably have guns and everything in their pockets. They ain't even pat them down. Stevie, you know they walk in there. Move over, guy. This
I love that.
Where they're gonna be.
Yeah.
Nah, that would be the one I would like to see.
Entertainment personified. Stevie, would you concur? Would you rather pay to see the following and why? Which one? Beetlejuice as a runway model, cast of Goodfellas as studio audience members on Jerry Springer, or Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th as a professional ice skater?
I would have to say Beetlejuice
as a runway model.
Oh yeah, because we had Beetlejuice on the show.
Oh, that's right.
We had him on the show, man. Oh.
No, you didn't.
And he was calling people slap nuts.
You got a guitar hit over his head.
Jeff Jarrett hit him over the head with a
guitar, so an acoustic Acoustic, no less.
Oh, I would love to see him on the runway, man, with some high heels on.
Man, oh man, guys and gals, we got one more,
and then there's always somebody out there look like Beetlejuice modeling.
That is true these days, man. Guys and gals, I'll leave it at that. Period. From me, Rick Mahorn made a great statement, and right now he's going to make another one because he will he pay for and why. 3 options. The last options for he and Stevie. Which would you pay for and why, my friend? Of the following: Hannibal Lecter is a regular cast member of Beverly Hills 90210. Big Bird is a bounty hunter, or Conan the Librarian.
Oh no, I want Big Bird as a life.
I second that emotion.
Hey, you know why?
Stevie says so too. Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Stevie, you always going to see a big old yellow bird running around, like he's going to catch somebody. He could barely walk when he was up there looking at Elmo.
I second that emotion. That I would love.
But you got to admit, an honorable mention is Conan the Librarian, right?
Well, you know, Conan already was Conan was kindergarten cop, so it's not a big stretch.
Right.
Arnold's versatile enough to do whatever.
Right.
But
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
One-dimensional.
There you go.
I agree. But you do 100%. Not. That's one library you don't want to turn a book in late. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
If Conan's running that place. Guys and gals, Rick's running this place, and so Stevie, because they're about to delve into topic number 2, our final topic, and then we're out of here. Rick Mahorn, my good friend, here is the topic for you, the same one I gave Mark. If you could narrate a moment in a loved one's life, which person would you choose and why, my friend? Which moment would you select and why? And finally, what would be the opening sentence you choose to open your narration with and why? The floor is yours whenever you are ready to go, good sir.
Well, I'll tell you, my opening sentence would be, I miss you. And the fact of the matter is, it's about my mom. She passed when she's 57 years old, and that was my world. That was my mother, my father.
Uh-oh.
Rick Mahorn, guys and gals, it's okay. We got some
happened?
tech problems. Before we get Rick back, Stevie, anytime we hear something from a family member, it gets us to know the participant that much more, right?
Yes, most definitely.
I think that's pretty important to delve into, right? Because we say it's all about family, but they kind of shape our legacy, don't they, Stevie?
Most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they do.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
No doubt
and
about it.
Yeah, parents shape our legacy.
Put it like this.
Yeah.
Put it like this.
Yes.
They should.
They should.
I guess not in 100% cases, but they should.
Yes. And Stevie, I got to tell you, you're going to love hearing Rick talking about his beloved mother because, man, there's so many great stories from draft day, which I won't spoil. The man honors his mother in such a great way that it makes me proud to be a human being. So, Rick, my friend, the floor is yours whenever you're ready to go.
I am so sorry, but and to continue with what my mother has instilled in me, she instilled in me values. It's like treat people as you want to be treated. No one's better than you, and you're no better than someone that is less fortunate than you. I miss that woman totally. I miss that person totally because when I was still playing basketball, I never expected my mother to pass because I had some great plans for her and I to just go hang and go through, go around the world. Already had a trip planned for us, but it wasn't going to happen. And I still miss that lady till this day. I honor her with, walking around being proud of myself, but not only that, treating people with respect and making sure people respect who I am, not because I'm Rick Mahorn, but I'm just a human being. And that's what I miss the most about my mother, because I remember, and I know you, Stevie, and I know you, Avi, your parents would tell you was black and white, and making sure that you're on the right path, because you not only represent yourself, you represent the family. And if you don't walk out there with that type of respect and with your head held up high, and if you're having a bad day, my mother would tell me, go buy myself something. Or she would give me ice cream money at my old age of 35 years old. She gonna give me lunch money. She gonna give me ice cream money. And I miss that.
Yeah, that'll sell you down.
Yeah, so that's I mean, Avi, you
Sure.
know, I talked about her at length, and
Yes.
that's pretty much the
You
person
honor
I
her
would
so
love.
well.
The person I want to see now is, and I know she's looking over me and knowing
Yes,
that,
sir.
you know, things are right. I'm still in Michigan, so it's like I didn't go back to Connecticut, but I miss that girl. So
You know, you honor your mom so well. I mean, Alice Faye Mahorn left this earth in 1993 when Rick Mahorn was a New Jersey Net and passed away at 57. And the mourners at the Heart, Stevie, the mourners at the Hartford Church, they celebrated her so well. Her spirit, her generosity. Rick was there with some NBA colleagues. And among all the accolades that were given to his departed mother, he heard about her love of learning. And that was so important to her. A single mom, you know, again, we talked about how this government, of course, wants to shun those who are less fortunate, don't have a voice, being on government assistance during her childhood. She didn't want anyone, any of her kids, to have anything or anyone to rely on. She insisted on education. And Rick instilled that idea in his own kids who have college degrees. And while you obviously did well enough as a player, the idea that, you know, the whole diploma thing, man, something happened. You saw a story about Earl Curitan, who's a former Detroit Piston, who went to the University of Detroit, Detroit Mercy, and to see the smile on his mother's face that her, you know, her baby boy got the degree, man, you already gave that to your mom. I know what you're thinking, but trust me, she saw that. She saw what you did. You made a call to your old school, Hampton University. You found out your status. And in between your duties as a Piston broadcaster, which you do so well, you did online classes, then another, then another. You were working in hotel rooms. And Stevie knows this, being on the road all the time, how hard that is to even come up for air. And this man is studying in hotel rooms after dinner, quietly, the way his mother had done, her own extra hours studying and wearing a gown. Man, oh man. Walking down that class of 2015, 10 years back, a mere 35 years behind your original group, to be recognized as a Hampton graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree, you made her proud, man. There's no doubt.
I'll tell you right now, and people think just because of who you are, think you don't have to work. I never wanted that. I didn't want nobody to give me shit. I'm gonna go
Sure.
get what I need to get, and I'm gonna work hard to get it. I coming from a historically black college and Division II, they're already looking at you and going, "Oh, he don't know how to play basketball." Yeah. 19 professional years later, they can all kiss my ass.
Thank
And
you.
I'm
How many
good at
players
what
could
I
say they
do.
played 19 years in the NBA? And I'll tell you why my pop loved Rick Mahorn real quick. But there's a lot of reasons, because we can chronicle all of them. He loved how this man positioned himself. He loved how this man would use my pop called it the butt check. That's just what he called it. He called it the butt check. But he said, man, oh man, Rick Mahorn could get anybody out of the way. Anybody out of the way if you wanted to.
That's what we all called it.
And his personality, you know what's cool, Stevie? It's almost like when you get to know the person, you could see why his infectious personality helped out his team the way that it did. It's not ironic that this team started winning when Rick started coming over to Detroit and influenced them with his style of play, except it wasn't his style. It's his way of being. A teammate first who will sacrifice his body for his fellow teammates as long as they get the W. That's someone you want to have in your foxhole in life.
That's right. Yeah.
Man.
How many people go into a foxhole with you? I used to say this years ago.
Who's everyone's first draft choice? It's not LeBron. It's Rick Mahorn, right?
Go in the foxhole with me?
Yeah.
You know,
the two of you guys, and man, again, you guys are foxhole Hall of Famers, man. As far as I'm concerned.
No. I used to tell friends of mine this from my neighborhood.
Yes.
No, I don't. I'm not trying to steal his thunder on his story with his mom or nothing like that. I'm just saying, when you brought up that phrase, I used to use that phrase because it is a military phrase. It's a military phrase all the way back to World War I.
World War I.
Yes. You ain't willing to go in the foxhole with me. I don't need no bitches around me, bro.
Oh, and I don't
need no bitches around me. If you got that much bitch in you, you can't hang with me. That's just the way I was coming up.
Absolutely.
Lose my number.
Yeah,
I'm still in touch. I'm still in touch with my guys from Hampton and from high school.
Yes.
And grade school, the ones that were down with me, and I'm still down with them.
Right.
Man, I love that. Man, oh man. And everyone remembers Rick. Everyone remembers Rick, man. Slow Joe Butler, who played with you on the Weaver team when you guys
slow motion. Slow motion Butler.
You call him slow motion.
Yeah, we used to call him slow mo.
Slow mo.
You know that
Slow-mo,
dude
hey,
that don't move fast.
Yeah.
Got to take all the time to shoot a jump shot. You block it by the time they wind up to shoot it.
Man, oh man. But you know what? I want to say this to you again. Rick, thank you again. Before we depart, I have a 60-second video for you. And I like the foxhole thing because, Rick, that's why I was so intense before the show started, because I'm such an intense guy. I don't like losing. Like, I want, this sounds sappy, but I'd rather be sappy than cynical in life. I want to win doing what we're doing because I really believe that strangers can leave this place as friends, even though it's virtual. I feel like you and Stevie are already buddies because of this. I feel like, Mark, you guys are closer with him. Dare I say myself, like, I like that we're doing this in a way that's unconventional, because the conventional way sucks, because what people do today is try to have quick sound bites, little short videos about nonsense just so they can get numbers. But those numbers, they don't transfer with us, because last I checked, caskets don't have pockets, and our money ain't going to go in no casket. I want to have a legacy that I can look back on, or that my kids and grandkids can look back on like your grandkids can, and say, that was my pop, that was my grandpop, look what they stood for. We're doing it over here together, man, and it's so beautiful, and I want to thank you guys for being a part of my vision. You guys are making it happen. You're making it happen, so thank you.
Well, thank you. No, this is just learning. See, this is the part of life that we're missing. We're learning each other. It's not a podcast. It's not this. This is real. This is reality, where I could tell Stevie, hell with you, man. I want to hear that shit. And the same with what Mark could say to me, black guys to the left, white guys to the right. Not only our abilities, but that we are more than just an athlete.
Yes. I told Stevie that a gazillion. Steven, I talk 3 hours once a week. I've said that since day one. I want people to see how intelligent men like Rick Mahorn and Stevie Ray and Mark Rypien are every week, because, yes, we got to take people and get them outside of these boxes. No one deserves to be in a box. I'm not just a screenwriter. Stevie's not just a wrestler. Rick's not just a basketball player. These are men who have taught and coached and elevated people, made them better off the court, outside the ring, the way they have. And that's the thing. Rick, anything you want to tell Stevie before I play your 60-second video? Anything?
Well, Stevie, nothing but love, man. Nothing but respect. Avi,
same here, brother.
As usual, nothing but love and respect. It's all fun, and this just builds up relationships, and I'm looking forward to that book.
Thank you, my friend.
If I don't get that book, I'm gonna bust you up.
Stevie,
I'll be down in Texas, and I'll turn the heat up.
The book reflects. The reason I brought you up, the book that I'm doing reflects what you were talking about. Mm-hmm. So I know everything in there you will be able to relate to. Avi always asks me, man, how do you relate to people so easy? Because
you do.
We're from the same world.
Yeah, cut from the same cloth.
We cut. When people are cut from the same world, you know it instantly.
But you bring them to your orbit, which I like. You bring them to your orbit, and I love that. Steve, I'm put you back for one moment. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Go ahead. No, it's almost like I know Rick just from watching him for years. It's almost like I know if I seen him in an airport, I know if we struck up a conversation, because I've done this a zillion times with it.
There's a connection.
Same here, because when you see somebody, you go like, oh man, I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Right.
They think I'm excited that I know that they're there, and I'm sitting here talking to them and having a good time.
Right. Yeah, and it's like,
you know what?
That's like we're meeting right now in an airport.
I was going to say, because you can connect with people on so many levels, and I'm seeing Rick doing the same, and it's a gift. First person I wrote for was Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner's dad, and I walk into a room. And he's got 4 other writers, and one of them's like, Carl, I got to do a stand-up set tonight. You're a comedic genius and legend. Any advice for me? He goes, yeah. You got your notes, you got your notepad, you got your clipboard, you got your pen. You ready to take some notes, some profound advice? Kid goes, yeah. He goes, come over here. He summons him over. He leans over to Carl Reiner. He says, you ready for the big pearls of wisdom? Yeah. He says to the kid, don't suck. That's it. Don't suck. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, Stevie, I'm going to put you backstage for a moment and play Rick right now, his video, and then we'll bid Rick adieu. Thank you, my friend. Stevie, don't go anywhere. I got a video for you as well, my friend. Rick, this is from me to you. I hope you enjoyed this kind of a trip down memory lane. Rick Mahorn, guys and gals. A legend right there, legend. Great moment. What it's all about. Hampton. Take that, MJ. Take that, MJ. I remember that card. Funny story behind that, actually, with Larry Bird. 89 champion. And 90. Rick Carlisle. Earl Curitan, Magic Johnson, Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley. WNBA right there, guys. Coach Mahorn doing his thing. Hampton, number 44. Great, great day honoring the great Rick Mahorn. All about the kids, it really is. Please, let's teach them properly. Rick Mahorn, guys. Great public speaker. With the great Bill Russell, the late Bill Russell, the great Bill Russell. Kid Rock, another Motown guy. Stevie Kid came out of Detroit. One kid to many kids. It's all about the kids. There you go. Big three. Kenyon Martin's right there. I see him. Al Harrington. Know your Black history, guys. Please do. Grabbing a great offensive rebound. Doing his thing. Danny Ainge, stop whining. The Iceman. George Gervin. Legends, Bill Lambier celebrating the Pistons championship team. James Edwards, Mark Aguirre. MJ taking it again. No whining, MJ, no whining. No need for tissue. Lambier, Rick Mahorn. The bad boys. Epitomized toughness. No, Darvin Ham. I believe that's Darvin Ham. Portrait of a great player. A great man. Hall of Famer from Virginia, Rick Mahorn. My friend, I hope you enjoyed that. That was from me to you. You have helped out a ton of people. And guys and gals and pals, that was Rick Mahorn. If we don't see him right now, no problem, because tech happens. But please salute this man for who he is, for the humor he provides. Humor is something we need in life. He provides so much of it. And guys, a lot of knowledge. I call Rick a friend, and I hope we see him again in round number 3. Rick Mahorn, guys and gals and pals. Stevie, my friend, let me bring you in right now. I've got a video for you too, but before I play it, here's Rick. Let me bring in Rick, my friend, for one quick second. I hope you enjoyed that, my friend.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Avi. That was beautiful. And that guy that was on the ground, that was Chucky Brown, not Darvin Ham. I wouldn't
Chucky
hit
Brown,
Darvin Ham.
yes.
Darvin Ham would have hurt me. I'm starting to look around now. But anyway, much love to you, Stevie and Mark. Thank you so much for having me, and hopefully I'll be on again.
You enjoyed yourself, my friend?
Always, man. Took a minute, but it's always enjoyed myself with you.
Appreciate you, Rick. Guys and gals, Stevie, man, what a great guy, man. And again, it's now I'll tell you, guys and gals and pals, you heard Rick Mahorn. That was his second topic. And now I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Stevie Ray for his second and final topic. I cannot wait to hear this, because it's called A Lasting Legacy. If you could narrate a moment in a loved one's life, which person would you choose and why? Which moment would you select and why? And finally, what would be the opening sentence you choose to open your narration with and why? Floor is yours whenever you're ready to go, good sir.
For me, my opening would be a letter to my father. A lot of people don't know this, but my father died when I was like right at 7 years of age. I think my brother was 1, maybe a little over, maybe 1.5, something like that. So my brother doesn't even know my father, but I still, at such a young age, can still remember my father as vividly as it was yesterday. That's how much I cling to my father. And like I said, a lot of people, I never, ever talk about my father. But for this show, I want it to be known that I didn't realize growing up without a father how much you can actually be like someone without them being there. And the reason I know this is because all of my cousins, all of my sisters, my brothers, people that were friends with my mother would always come around my home when I was growing up, and they said, he's just like his father. He looks just like his father. He acts just like my father. And I thought they were just trying to be nice because they knew that my father was gone. So I just thought it was a neighborly thing to do, to say that. Then when I got older and I became a young man, my sisters and brothers, especially my older siblings, would always say, you just like your daddy. The way you think, the way you dress, your attitude and everything, just like your daddy. That's when I knew genes, bloodline is real. When you got multiple people saying the same thing. And I remember one day, I can't remember who it was, maybe some of my cousins at I don't know, maybe at a Thanksgiving, this, that, and the other was asking me, what do you remember about your father? And I said, I can remember everything up until the day he died. I still remember the day he died. And I don't even think I was 7 years old yet. I was like 6 years and 9 or 10 months. And after my father died, I got really, really sick. I didn't even know I was sick. I was so sick. I just remember people coming. I just remember being in the bed and people coming over to take care of me. I remember they had to take me to the hospital and they were putting ice on me. I don't remember feeling any pain. I don't remember being sick, but I still remember living through it. And they took me to the hospital and I had something called romantic fever that I was actually burning up from the inside. And my fever was like 103 or 4, critical. I don't ever remember being ill, but I remember the whole transition. I remember going to the hospital, being in the hospital, nurses coming to take him and all this stuff. I never remember feeling bad. I guess that's how romantic fever messes with your brain. I really don't know. Not until years later that my mother told me I was so close to dying. And I'm trying to figure out, why am I so sick? I don't remember. I remember the incident, but why am I sick? And my mother said, because of your father dying, you didn't know how to take it and deal with it. So deep down inside you were holding something in and it started to make you sick. And I guess that's what the doctors told her. So I still remember an incident when I was maybe 6 years old. Me and my 2 older brothers, we had to go to the barber shop. Now you got to remember, I'm a kid, maybe 6 years old, maybe 5, I can't remember. And back in those days, everybody got their hair cut like short, down what, I don't even know what they call it, but you cut your hair down to almost nothing. And I didn't like the razor. I'm too little, so I didn't like it. So I start crying. And the barber yelled at me, shut up, boy. You could do that to kids back in those days. Shut up, boy. Stop that crying, So we got through. I guess my older brother paid him or whatever. We went home. We walked home. And we got home. And my dad was like, okay, how did it go at the barbershop? My dad knew everybody in our community because my dad and his partner ran a bar. I guess you would call it like a pool hall or something like that they owned together. And they sold, alcohol out of there. My daddy was a hustler. My dad carried a gun. I thought everybody's parents carried a gun. I remember I would be like, I don't think my brother was born yet. And I remember I was like the baby then. I think my sister might have been an infant. And I can't even remember. Don't even remember. She's a couple of years younger than I am. And I remember my mother and my father would be counting money in the middle of the night, and it would wake me up because I could hear them in there. And I would get out of my bed and I would go in there where they were. And my dad would always let me stay in there with him. Oh, it's okay. Let him in here. My mother would go, get out of here, And he like, nah, it's okay. Let him stay in here, And they're on the bed counting money. I thought everybody's parents count money in the middle of the night on the bed, So getting back to the story, just giving you a little insight on my dad. His name is Booker T. Sr. So that's where my brother gets his name from. He actually wanted to name me Booker Jr., but my uncle, who is my mother's brother, wanted my mother to name me what my name is. So that's why my dad had to have another boy to put his name on his last child. Maybe he didn't know it at the time. But anyway, my dad puts my two brothers in the car. And he was like, what? He did what? Put us in the car, got in his car, drove down to where the barbershop is, gets out, takes us with him inside the barbershop. You got to remember, this is like on a Saturday, so the barbershop is full. He walks up to the barber, grabs him by the collar, and puts a gun to the guy's head. Now, I'd never seen nothing like this. I knew my dad carried a gun because I see his gun on the bed when they count money at night. So he pulls his gun out, put it to the guy's head, and like, you see that little guy, like little boy right there? Don't you ever raise your voice to him ever again. I still remember this as vividly as it was yesterday. I'm not even in school yet. And he was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Booker. Yes, Mr. Booker. And from a little kid, I'll never forget that. How I remember that after all these years, I don't know. I didn't even know what was going on. So what my dad was, I get a lot of my traits from him. And whenever I'm in a sticky situation, I would always ask myself, what would my dad do right here? And as long as I would say that, I knew I would come down on my feet and do the right thing, because that's what he was. He was the guy that did the right thing. And everybody in the community respected him. Everybody in the community knew him because he was an upstanding guy, but he didn't take no shit from anybody. and my dad was from Tennessee. But that would be, like I said, my opening sentence, a letter to my father, because all these years later, I would love to write my father a letter and he could read it to let him know that this boy did all right. This boy landed on his feet. And that's about it.
The proverbial apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, my friend. Because when you were describing your dad right now, you were describing yourself.
In a lot of ways, yes.
And our fans should know it, and I'm glad they did, because first off, thank you. Thank you, because I heard that story on the phone, and I felt just as honored as I heard it now.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like the first time, because you illustrated so well. You had such a vivid recollection of moments that I forgot when you were that age. I can't remember things when I was that young, and yet you're illustrating it and going back in time. That's beautiful, and it's great to be able to honor someone, not for the duration of time they spent on this earth, but for the impact they left.
Right.
And to know that your dad had such a profound impact on you. Wait a minute.
And I didn't even know it.
Mark Rypien calling me. Hey, Mark. No, that's okay. Absolutely not a problem, my friend. You had a good time? Absolutely, my friend. I definitely want to call you a bit later to talk to you about some foundation stuff, but I want to be of help to you if I can.
You're the best. I appreciate it. Help and stuff. Just let me know if I advance, and no worries if I don't. Have a great time.
I will definitely. I'll let you know when it airs as well. You too. Bye-bye. But hey, as Stevie says, that's how the old mop flops in showbiz.
That's how it goes.
But man, going back to the story of your dad, I guess it hits me now also because I lost my dad recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked myself, Avi, how well did you know your dad? I'm asking myself these questions now. How well did you know the man? And what quantifies knowing your father, right? Like maybe the things we know about our dad that seem very surface level are all we need to know. Maybe our dads protected us from things we shouldn't really ever know about our fathers. We don't need to know the hows or the whys. We need to know the whats. And what they did was teach us, love us, provide us some knowledge, insight in their own way while dealing with their own struggles, because being an adult, there's a bevy of struggles you got to deal with that kids will never understand.
Right.
I appreciate that story. I really do, man. And I hope our viewers do now. And guys, look, again, you're going to vote on which to move on. It started pretty heated. I told you guys when Stevie and Rick were going to lock horns, it was going to get heated. I'll leave you with this, my friend, because, again, you saw that tribute video. But, hey, let's go back full circle. When you saw Rick, I have to ask the question I already know the answer to. So I'm going to cover up because I know you're going to get mad at this question. But I have to ask.
What's that?
Were you slightly intimidated by Rick Mahorn? No, I knew I was going to get that look. I knew as soon as the words left my mouth, I was going to get that look. I told you, Rick Mahorn, man. Rick Mahorn's been eyeing you for a while.
Man, Rick, lucky I didn't play basketball. He lucky.
Well, what happens if we find out now, guys? If we find out now that Stevie and Rick Mahorn advanced, maybe Mark, we don't know. But if Stevie and Rick advanced and Mark got eliminated, will Stevie and Rick see each other again down the road in this tournament?
I hope so.
Ooh, never know.
I hope so. Well,
if that happens, I haven't announced this. Round 4 is one-on-one. No more triple threats.
Rick Berry,
Mark Henry,
any of those basketball, Hardaway.
Tim
Any
Hardaway,
of those basketball players.
Eddie Johnson.
Yes.
Jerry Lucas.
Yes.
Byron Scott.
Byron Scott. Doesn't Jerry Lucas supposed to have a photographic memory?
Yes, he does.
Did he won't forget me? Okay. He won't forget me.
Some of you have heard of the cough of yours that doesn't go away. Now you know why it doesn't go away, because Stevie Ray don't play, guys and gals. But hey, if you guys understand what this tournament's about, just tune into Stevie Ray. Hopefully we'll give you some good content of our own as this partnership will continue. Did you have fun, my friend? That's the last question. Did you have a good time?
This is the best thing on YouTube right now. This is the best thing on YouTube right now. And I will give you a suggestion.
Please.
From one man to another.
Please.
I think we should start going live on Instagram also at the same time.
It's a very good idea. That's a very good idea.
At the same time.
I think we're going to do that. That's a really good idea.
I think you should go to live on Instagram and let them see it also.
I think that's a really good idea. And I think we're going
to.
Now that you brought that up. Stevie always gives great suggestions. And
at the same time.
Hey, you want proof, guys? You want proof? Some of you have been messaging me saying, we love the music now and the tribute videos. Guess why? Because the man to my right suggested it. That's why. And when he suggests something, Avi listens. And he knows that. 8 years, he knows when he says something, I listen.
It was a big transformation, if I say so myself, but I really like it, man. You're doing your thing, brother.
Thank you.
Kudos to you, man. And the admiration you get from all the guys that come on the show, man, second to none, brother. Second to none. You're doing your thing, and you're giving people the opportunity to do something that they've never, ever thought about doing before.
Thank you.
That's unique. And when something is unique, that means the other suckers ain't going to be able to catch up for quite some time, bro.
I thank you, man. I really do. Because
that's how it goes. That's how it goes, man.
It's my baby. And this baby wouldn't grow up without someone like Stevie, guys and gals, who, again, I watched this man do his thing in Vegas, put on a show that even a Johnny Carson or a Dean Martin would never attempt to put on, because in a day's notice, he got a crew of professionals who got together and listened to this man's vision and were able to take their paintbrush and paint oh so well, because Stevie directed it with 1 day's notice. And then light bulb time over here in this old noggin of mine. I'll never confess to be a Brad Pitt, but I gotta tell you, this noggin works all the time, and I saw what he did. And I said, man, there is something here. And hopefully, guys, you'll be seeing something Stevie and I provide you as a team as well. Maybe we'll bring back Wrestling with History, maybe a variation of it. Who knows? We'll talk about stuff that nobody else does, because we know each other's timing, each other's rhythm. We know where we're going to go. And Stevie, my friend, guys, I want you to visit his Facebook page. Not that he asked for it, but, his YouTube channel is amazing as well. He's got an incredible podcast of his own called Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And let me tell you guys something. Some of you already peeped this. If you peep this man doing his thing, he brings you into the show. Who else brings you into the show? You're a part of the broadcast, even if you're not on screen, because not only do your questions get answered, man, he goes into the minutia. He'll ask you questions, and then you type away, explaining what you initially typed. That's how deep this guy is. So you guys you need to watch this show, whether it's Stevie solo or he's got another man on the show with him. This guy holds it down every single time. So
we're getting a lot of new stuff together right now, because
a
lot of stuff for the show, a lot of new stuff, and whether we're going to come out hammer it.
I love that. And guys, some of you have been asking about
be looking for the professor also. Be looking for the professor. But we got a few things lined up, brother. Lined up.
We're gonna have a pretty big year.
We're taking liberties.
Yes, sir.
On everyone. Nobody's safe.
Oh yeah, no one is safe.
Nobody's safe.
Hey, we're giving you a warning.
Like the humongous said in the Mel Gibson movie. Nobody's safe anymore.
And you know what? Understatement of the century. This is going to be a big year for you and I, my friend. Better music.
I appreciate that more than anything, bro.
I know you do.
You're trying to get rid of me.
Angelou. Trying to get rid of you. Never.
Yeah, man, with that music, man.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Rocco Rock, Ted Petty.
Oh, my boy.
Oh, the late Sid.
Yeah.
Sherry. Got an action figure, a lot of them.
Got these new ones, man. Just came in the mail.
Mean Gene, what a pro, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Take that, Bagwell.
I think so.
What an imposing force. Oh, I remember that. Starcast.
Oh, yeah, it sure was.
Ron Simmons. What an athlete.
Sonny.
There we are.
There we are.
Yep. John.
My boy John.
Hall of Famer. What it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Family. Look at that. Gives back to everybody. Atlanta, Georgia, Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Me and my boy.
Family.
That was the same little one.
The gang, the friends, buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, legend.
Both of them.
Herschel.
Austin Prop.
Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Is that Robert Reed?
That's Robert Reed.
Family again. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Moses.
There go my boy.
Oh, early days.
Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah. Her mix a lot. Yes.
My friend Beverly.
Ron Simmons there. Deborah.
That's Deborah Michael.
Wow.
And that was 1990.
Oh, I love this photo.
69 Camaro won a trophy.
There we go.
There we go. All of Fame.
Man, oh man, I hope it does something for you to see what you've done, how many people you've been around, how many people you affected. Man, I love taking that trip down memory lane with you, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm freaking out.
I don't even know where to begin, and I'm not over that second topic yet. There's definitely a corner of both of my eyes. I can feel them back there. And
Hey, there's so much going on that you got to give respect to our judges, our on-screen judges, Giselle and Miranda tonight, because there's a ton going on to go over. But guys and gals and pals, we need your votes, so don't worry, because as soon as we see your votes in the comment section, well, no matter what, if Miranda's making a point, she'll stop. She'll read your vote on air. Same with Giselle. If maybe perhaps they're making a point and they're kind of focused, the other will let them know. You're going to always have your comments prioritized here, your votes prioritized here. I do not have any sort of envy for Miranda and Giselle, because how are you going to vote on this thing over here? No. But guess what? To end the year 2025, guys and gals and pals, you are going to send 2 of these amazing legends to round number 3. And unfortunately, one will be eliminated from the entire TKN celebrity tournament. It could be Stevie, it could be Mark, it could be Rick Mahorn. And how about Rick Mahorn coming right out there, guns a-blazing? Guns a-blazing. He goes after Mark, but of course, we also know, guys and gals and pals, goes after Stevie. The love is there, but I'll tell you what, this epitomizes why, if you don't know how the mind games can help in this thing, that you haven't watched this episode, although TKN is so multifaceted that within 10 or 15 minutes, you might actually need your Kleenex, because we get to know Stevie's dad. We get to know Mark Rypien's son, Andrew. We get to know Rick Mahorn's mother. I mean, we're going to take you through, guys and gals. We're going to take you up and down. And that's why this will remain long form. Because when it's short form and all you have are pleasantries and vague and general conversations that don't go anywhere, that don't scratch the surface, then maybe perhaps if that were the case, strangers wouldn't leave as friends. So we're glad we do the long form. We're glad you guys and gals and pals tell us that a 2-3 hour show feels like 30 minutes. And we're glad that you guys are here for the duration of this thing. And that includes our suits and ties, who more of them are watching this episode than any other episode we've ever seen. So no pressure to our 200 judges. But that being said, vote topic 1 and topic 2. If you want to give us the whys, that's your choice. But you need to vote, because nowhere else can you, the engine that makes this thing go, in the comment section, determine the outcome of each and every match. So now to our on-screen judges, the floor belongs to you. Check out those comments. They're coming hot and heavy.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh. There is definitely a lot to talk about tonight. A lot.
So much.
And we were saying before, well, I mean, I guess in our private chat we were, that you could.
Oh, we've got a vote here from College Slammer, Stevie for 1 and 2. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for voting for both topics there. Phil, topic 1, Mark. Thank you, Phil. And let us know who you're voting for topic 2.
Mark says topic 1, I vote for Mark Rypien for the big topic, for using medicine for the right reasons and for thinking through new technologies that look good on the surface but really are harming us.
Thank you. And thank you for including your whys in that as well. And let us know who you vote for topic 2. Phil is voting topic 2, Rick. Thank you, Phil.
Bonnie, my vote for Stevie, Ray, and Rick, both topics. Well, which one?
Yeah, one per topic. One per topic. And the votes are being tallied in the back. We will know at the end of the night who is moving on. Lester, topic 1 goes to Mark. Topic 2 goes to Rick. Thank you, Lester.
Rick Mahorn for both topics.
Rick Mahorn for both topics.
Thank you, Sass.
Whew. This is going to be tough. DM Man, topic 1, Stevie, in-depth analysis. Topic 2 is more personal, Rick, because the loss of mom is a personal thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Apologize, I meant topic 1, I vote for Rock, I assume Rick, and topic 2, Stevie, right? All did a great job. Thank you, Chad.
They did. Allison, I vote Mark for topic 1 and Stevie for topic 2. Thank you, Allison. And so great to have you here. You've been watching for a while.
Take care, Sass.
You too, Sass. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Chad.
Take care, Chad. Vote Stevie, right? Which top? Both rounds. Okay, thanks, Ralph. Appreciate it. Wow, there's so many votes. This is awesome.
I'm seeing the votes coming in. I'm seeing them coming in for everybody. There was so much.
Oh.
Mark's got his topic 2 here. Miranda, why don't you go ahead and read that?
Stevie, for his in-depth story about his father and the depth and personal level of information he trusted to share with us. Yes, thank you, Mark.
Yeah. And Luke, I vote for Rick 1. Luke's a new viewer tonight. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for joining us on our last show of 2025. I've been seeing your comments all throughout the night. They have been wonderful. You vote Rick for topic 1 and Mark for topic 2. And thank you.
Rev says topic 1, Rypien, topic 2, Mahorn. Thank you.
Christopher, where to even begin? I know. We're right there with you. Don't worry.
Yes,
every men deserve to move forward. But since 2 can only get my vote, Stevie Ray gets my vote for topic 1 and Mark gets my vote for topic 2. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Allison. I saw that. Thank you.
I'm flashing it on the screen so everybody sees it.
Yeah.
Patience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allison.
Joe says Mark for topic 1. You want to read it?
His words for the future was deep and impactful. Why don't you take topic 2, Miranda?
Stevie Ray for topic 2. I can't understand how far his knowledge of his father went. Very true. Correction, Stevie Ray for topic 1 and topic 2. Thank you, Bonnie.
Pete, I got Rick topic 1 and topic 2, Stevie. Thank you, Pete.
I had a feeling Miranda was not going to read that one. Go.
Well, I don't particularly want to either, but that's not for here or there because that has nothing to do with tonight. Tonight is all about Stevie Ray and Rick Mahorn and Mark Rypien here tonight in the TKN Celebrity Tournament round number 2. So I will put that aside for the moment.
Howard. First off, Avi, amazing show. And topic 1, Rick. And topic 2, it was amazing to see this other beautiful, vulnerable side of Stevie Ray. Hence why he voted. Oh, hence he took us on a journey. I'm very grateful. Okay. Thank you, Howard. Appreciate it.
It was definitely a journey. I can agree there.
Miranda is up, make great team. Thank you, DD man. DM man.
Phil, the topics tonight really made me think. Outstanding job with the topics, Avi, as always. Bethany, I don't think we've seen your votes yet. Go ahead and type them in again.
Make sure.
Mad Catter, is that topic 1, topic 2, both? Let us know. Let us know, Mad Catter. The world is dying to know what Mad Catter
Lester, topic 1. They are. Lester, topic 1 goes to Mark. Topic 2 goes to Rick. Thank you, Lester.
Thank you, Lester. Yes, College Slammer, we saw Stevie for 1 and 2. Wrong Lives, Julio, voting Stevie for topic 1. I felt he had the best structure to the topic. And why don't you take his topic 2, Miranda?
And topic 2, I think Mark Rypien really took it for me. This match is filled with such laughter and emotion from start to finish. That is true. That is very true. Thank you, Julio.
Oh, Chad. Chad's been with us for a long time too, and he's got amazing posts. I'm sure he's going to break this down really, really well.
Oh, yes.
Days, yeah.
In the post, for sure.
Right?
Chad has great posts.
Oh, gosh. They are coming in hot and heavy. Yes. David, topic 1.
Did we see DMS? Topic 1, Stevie, in-depth analysis. Topic 2 is more personal, Rick, because lost is more personal thing. Yes, thank you.
Mad Catter, I vote for Mark Rypien. Yes, topic 1 or topic 2 or both. Let us know, Mad Catter, topic 1, topic 2, or both. Bethany.
My vote goes to Mark on topic 1. I love that in-depth start to finish and how he gave us so much history. Topic 2, Stevie Ray. I can't imagine that life he lived, but look at we accomplished. Ah, that's nice. Thank you, Bethany.
This is very, very, very close, and we still haven't gotten the on-air judges to vote. Their votes are worth 3 each. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to take a serious moment. I know we're in a festive time of year now. Christmas is behind us, and of course, New Year's is upon us, right? Of course, New Year's. Right there on cue, Miranda's got the little symbolism there, right? Happy New Year coming up in just a few days. But I do want to remind you guys and gals and pals, one of them will be eliminated. Think about that for a second. One will be eliminated. The outro is coming up. Please, gals, if you can. Excuse me. Why is the outro so important for everyone? Why should they stick around for?
Of course.
Why should you stick around for the outro? There are so many reasons. You get to see 10 favorites chosen by you who could win it all. 10 people still in this who could win the entire 15 grand and trip for 2 to Greece.
And we see Stevie on many, actually probably all of those lists. But also, then you get to see who's going to be on next Wednesday on the Black Box, which is becoming a it is a hot night. It's a very, very hot night. There's so many things going on in the Black Box.
There is, and we have Safari's vote real quick, Miranda. Stevie got my vote based off the energy he delivered to his responses. I felt the vibe. That's for both topics, Safari. Let us know in the chat. Yes. Just let us make sure we've got that counted correctly for both topics. But thank you so much for watching and being here and voting and commenting and joining us on our last show of 2025. The outro is coming up, and as Miranda was saying, there are lots of reasons to watch, including the Black Box and
and who's on next Saturday.
This will be a very close vote. Chad,
yes, Chad, it will.
Miranda is right. The outro is our first look at who will be appearing in next week's match.
And I want Giselle and Miranda to do their thing and go as deep as they possibly can. Guys and gals, they took a ton of notes. Let's start off with topic number 1. We're going to have Miranda vote for her first topic, and then Giselle will vote for her first. Then Miranda will vote for topic 2, as will Giselle. So Miranda, kick things off if you can.
Yeah, I got all these pages here. It's got like 10 pages. So many. I'm sure. I know Giselle takes her notes. That's for sure.
Hey, you're no slouch in that department. You definitely do.
Thank you. So, topic 1.
Yes.
Speak to the people in 3025. Wow. About something, a historical event that has happened that maybe has set us back that we can't recover from, and a historical event that happened that helped us in the future, hopefully, right? This is a great topic, actually. So Rick was talking about telephones and communication, how it has hindered our communication, and how he hopes that in the future that people are communicating better with each other, and how right now he feels that the world is disconnected, right? And I can't agree with him more, honestly. We are very disconnected in this time right now, and how, he grew up reading the encyclopedia and going outside, and I wish people would do more of that. And he was also talking
within this disconnection, like, we're also very connected. Look at what we're doing every week on here.
Yes.
We're connecting people through this technology that so many people have a love-hate relationship with, So it's brought us together in many ways, but it's isolated us in several ways as well. So
yes,
I understand that.
True. And that's what has made everyone, why Stevie was saying how TKN is something so different from everyone else because of what we're doing here. Because many people don't do this. So this is something that's really, really special, that we're taking technology and we're bringing people together with it, which is, obviously a great thing. I mean, there's, FaceTime, you can FaceTime people and get to see people from all over the world, right? WhatsApp, things like that. So it does bring people together in a lot of ways if it's used in the proper way, of course. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do, but a lot of people would rather be on their phones sometimes than be communicating with others, which is a downside for sure. So hopefully in the future, we can all use it for this beautiful reason, is to make connections with other people. So I hope that too.
Well said. And guys, for the suits and ties watching, again, if you both can, even though we may not be able to read anything, show your notes again if you can on screen. I'm going to give Miranda a solo just so she can share hers real quickly. Some of the notes. Well, we're not going to try to read them, but pull it up here. Pull up the notebook if you can.
Yeah.
In front of the camera.
Yeah.
Let's see the notebook.
Wait.
There we go. There we go. All the TKN notes. This is for tonight only, guys. This is
I like drawing little hearts.
So you can see yours as well. I think it's very important for us to capture this. All right.
This.
All right.
Got that.
I mean, this is how much effort our judges put into every match. They are backstage listening, watching, taking notes. And again, I told you why. I think I said the other night on the Black Box, I finally revealed why I play the games I play when I play them every Saturday. Because as great as a classroom environment you might have during topic number 1, before you get into topic number 2, you might want to go to the cafeteria with your friends and let your hair down and play some games. That's why we play the games we play between topics 1 and topics 2, so we can feel refreshed and jump right back into yet another topic. And it's very, to me, I compare that to the best classrooms that I've been in. And that's what this is. This is a classroom. It's kind of a cool class. The class you look forward to actually going to, not cutting the way Giselle and Miranda did when they were youngsters.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
There was a lot of that going on. By the way, well, I mean, you are from Brooklyn, so it's par for the course. Gosh, she wasn't the only one. The whole borough cut school over there.
No, my school was on. I went to school in Staten Island, so we were on lockdown over there.
Oh, geez,
I couldn't cut class. Even if I wanted to.
The lost borough of New York.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Nobody even knows what I'm talking about.
Nobody knows Staten Island and the lost borough. Guys and gals and pals, Miranda and Giselle are going to now take this away. Look, you need to stick around for 3 things. One is, I'm going to put Giselle and Miranda in the same category. Their astute opinion. And then number 2 is the actual video that's going to show you who moved on to round number 3. There's a video. And I've already tallied it. So unless there's something maybe shocking, and it could be, I'll have to go edit this thing in real time as I have before. But there will be a video to play who advances to round number 3. And of course, guys and gals and pals, if you want to see what the first match of 2026 is going to be, join us for the outro. It's coming up. So Miranda, take it away. Who do you vote for topic number 1?
Thank you. So then Rick was also talking about medicine during COVID, right? And he wishes that, that we could get rid of the jargon, right? And we can understand that better, and how COVID also separated us a lot, right? It did separate us a lot. The only thing I wish that Rick would have done a little bit in this topic was to specify a bit more about which was the event that he thinks set us back and which was the event that he thinks helped us. That's the only thing that I would say. Otherwise, I do resonate with what Rick said. Mark was talking about, how he was seeing families go through childhood cancer, right? And how he wishes that in 3025 that cancer could be eradicated, especially childhood cancer could be eradicated, so people don't have to go through this anymore, and we can have a cure for cancer, which would be amazing. I hope that's possible one day, with big pharma and everything trying to, obviously they make money off of medications and stuff like that. So, but I hope that one day we can have a cure and we can fully eradicate that or make it much, much more able to cure cancer. Then he was talking about the batteries in the cars and how, there are mountains of batteries and they could be causing diseases. They could even probably be causing cancer in a lot of these ways, right? And we don't know how these things are affecting us, even though, it's helped, like you said, the smog in LA, it's helped certain aspects of the environment, but we just don't know how it's affecting us, which I agree with these things as well. It's very, very interesting points. Now, Stevie was talking about the military-industrial complex and how it affects the whole world, how nuclear can be used for good, but it has been used for bad in the past. In World War II, it was used to kill a lot of people. And something he would tell 3025 is to get a hold of the military-industrial complex, right? And to know where the money is going, because there's such a waste of money. And he feels that that's from the military, which is true. We put a lot of money into the military and it's terrible. So that's something that has helped us in a way so that we know what to learn from in the past. Something that we've never rebounded from, 9/11, which is a very horrible, horrible day in history. And he feels like he's been lied to and betrayed by the government, which I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, because do we really know what happened? It's true, we don't. And they probably won't tell us the truth. So I have to agree with Stevie on that one. And I think overall for topic 1, my vote has to go for Stevie, because he put these two events into the categories very simple to understand and gave us a whole history lesson.
It was pretty digestible.
Yes, it was very digestible. And he gave us a whole history lesson on 9/11, the military-industrial complex, and specifically stated which event was for what time. Yeah.
Guys, Giselle's going to go up, but I got to remind you, don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. For topic 2, Miranda and Giselle will condense a bit, and they'll give you their vote almost immediately.
Yes, there was a lot here.
No, but what I want everyone to know that this is the amount of research they put in. We're dying to find out who advanced, but we're also very, very appreciative of all the time and effort that our TKN hosts, like Miranda and Giselle, put in. And, of course, now you're getting it out. They're getting it out, and you guys are processing it as well. So, Giselle, topic number 1, then we'll kick it back to Miranda for a very brief vote, and then Giselle as well. So take it away, G Money.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Avi. Oh, topic number 1. I love how much thought they put into this and how in-depth it was for all of them, and what they really thought about what these events could be that have helped humanity, that we haven't rebounded from yet, that's had this such a long-lasting effect on who we are and what we do, and how that will continue to affect people 1,000 years from now. It's a really great thought exercise, and it really helps us think about what's important today. What do we want to see that's different? What can we do about it now? I'm very much on the same page with you, Miranda, with Rick Mahorn. I would have liked a little more clarity as to which event was which, because he stated pros and cons to both the telephones.
Right.
And yeah. So and medicines, a big deal in the US, and none of the other countries have this, is the amount of prescription drug advertisements that we see in the US. And that's, people are amazed that you can see an ad for that on television, on YouTube. And so a little more clarity, because there were pros and cons for both of those, and I would have liked to have known which one fell into which category, since that is what the question was asking of us.
Right.
And then we had Mark, and he took this in a very hopeful direction. And that made my heart happy. And that was really great to see as well. Very wonderful things he said, what he wants to see in the future, how he wants to see it. But I agree with you. Topic 1 goes to Stevie Ray. He hit everything he needed to hit. He was detailed. He gave us so many whys and reasons and supporting information for both of his events, his causes, his yin and his yang. So Stevie Ray,
Stevie, get your vote. Look, one good turn deserves another. Of course, her the nickname is G Money. Guys, I just thought of this. Okay, Miranda, Tiffany. Guys and gals, do you know what an idea, image, sound, or pattern that holds symbolic significance is called? It's called a motif. So there we go, motif. As you know, the last 4 letters of her last name, Tiff. She's now motif. She's motif. Motif. Take it away with topic number 2 as quickly as you can, motif.
Thank you. I'd like to say it's Miranda Pan and G Money, but motif is interesting.
I'll go with motif, man. That's already.
I like that.
And guys,
I like that.
You know why she's all jovial right now? She's jovial because she's 1 win away herself from round 3.
Oh yeah.
I've announced this. Oh yeah, that's all you got for us in 2 weeks' time.
Oh yeah.
During the return of the TKN Saturday Night Post Show. Yes, during the post show on January 10th.
What?
Phil or Justin, whoever he wants to call himself, can finally, in her eyes, be eliminated from this thing. Mm-hmm. And that, per the stipulation, gone from the network. I mean, that's kind of, I haven't forgotten that. Plus, she still has a prize that hasn't been announced. More to come on that from a previous tournament she won against Kelly White. But yeah, in a couple of weeks, you can win and go to round 3. And who's going to go on to round 3 tonight? We'll find out in mere moments. We need you in the comment section to know that you're there, to know that all the comments you've put in, all of your heartfelt sentiments, it all comes down to this, because you're going to find out if the person or people you voted for move on to the 3rd round. So as briefly as possible, Miranda, who do you got for topic number 2 and why?
Thank you. Okay. This is very difficult to vote on because all 3 of them shared their hearts with us, and I was in tears with each one. They really spoke beautifully. Mark spoke about his son and, the childhood cancer and how hard his son fought. And unfortunately, lost his battle with cancer. That was so heartbreaking. And I'm so sorry for his loss. Rick spoke of his mother, which was, she sounded like such an amazing woman and clearly grew and raised an amazing man, which is Rick Mahorn. And he honors her every day and misses her so much and honors her memory, which is so beautiful. And then we have Stevie, who spoke of his father. And Stevie, okay, so Stevie is going to get my vote for this as well. Also because Stevie, I feel, answered each part of this. It was very, very difficult choice, for sure. I appreciate
you
Rick.
Went kind of back and forth on this, right?
Yes, I appreciate Rick and I appreciate Mark.
On a scale 1 to 10, how tough was it to vote for this one?
It was over a 10.
It was Rev, nice comment there. I've never seen a show where I can enjoy watching people express their hearts and opinions that I may not even agree with, but I still enjoy being a part of it. Thank you, Bonnie Garcia. Glad I got your comment there as well.
Thank you so
much.
much.
We Own the Night knows exactly what we're talking about. G Money motif in the house.
Yeah.
That's We Own the Night approved. All right, guys. Look, Giselle.
Yes.
Hold on, Rev. 3 grown men that shared their hearts, made themselves vulnerable, and truly don't care what other people may think. They did that for us, yes, and that's what you're going to see here on TKN. I will push myself as much as I can, and really, when you gain the trust of fellow human beings, whether the luminaries or not, it's a beautiful thing to see where they can go. A lot of people want to go to those places, they just don't know if they can. Here, they know they can, and that's a beautiful thing to see and witness. Giselle, topic number 2 as quickly as possible. Who gets your vote?
How do you vote on somebody's life? How do you vote on their personal stories? How do you vote on sharing their hearts and their...
Not sure, but due to time constraints, you got to do it quickly.
I shall. Deepest, not secrets, but deepest holdings, longings that they've never shared before. We've seen that happen on TKN so many times. But for topic 2, I am going with Mark Rypien. I loved how Stevie set everything up and then came back around and answered the question. Mark Rypien hit it out the park right immediately for me.
You guys always hit out of the park. Sometimes, guys and gals and pals, we go into 3 hours. This is definitely a long night, but we learned a lot. And I think when it comes to Rick and Mark, I'm sorry, when it comes to Rick and Stevie, not like this was something that was planned, but when it came to the heat, I think it more than delivered. The beginning and the middle of their match. Oh my God! Rick came out like a really a bat out of hell, and of course Stevie, guys and gals, and his gift of gab. Mark was taking it all in, but guys, it's all about the topics. I want to see the energy in the room. I want to see the energy out of the room. I want to see the energy of people on screen, backstage, in the comment section. We're going to find out now which of these giants move on to round 3 and which of them go home. Which of them are eliminated right now? We're going to find out this very second. So please comment away in anticipation. And then we're going to go immediately to the outro. So let me bring in another TKN host right now because this video is about maybe just 60 seconds.
Oh my God.
And then we go to a condensed version of the outro because no longer, well, we have a couple honorable mentions, but this is a shorter outro than we've ever had before. Why? Fewer participants remain in round number 2. So it's harder to come up with a top 10 list when there's barely 10, if you know what I mean. So, guys, Sal, Engine, are you guys ready to find out who advanced? Is it Mark? Any combination of Mark, Stevie, or Rick Mahorn? My brain hurts, but in a good way. Good. Sal, let's go. Learning all the way, says Red Pill. Find out right now who is going to advance. Can't wait for the reveal. I see you, Chad. I see you, David. I see all of you there. Bethany, Allison, Pete. All right, here we go. Guys and gals and pals. Let's bring in Mr. Kelly J. White, who's backstage as well. I could tell, I like when he does that with his hands. I love that. Nobody else does that. It means he's chomping at the bit, I feel, to find out who wins. Is that right, Mr. White?
It's
absolutely true, man. Let's not sing it. Let's bring it. Let's see how this thing played out and went down.
Your wish is my command. Here we go. Let's find out who moves on to round number 3. Which one is the top vote getter? Who's in 2026? This is fight of the day. It's boom! Stevie Ray's moving on to round number 3 as our top vote getter, the TKN Celebrity Tournament Hall of Famer on round number 3. There he is. One more, guys. Is it Mark or is it Rick? It was supremely close. Supremely close. What a night. Close out 2025. And last but not least, oh man, am I getting goosebumps. Found out 8 minutes ago. Very fast. Who is it? Is it Mark or is it Rick? Rick Mahorn moves on to round number 3 of the TKN Celebrity Tournament. Oh my God. One has to go. One. Hey, Rick. Steve again. Take that, MJ. That's the bruiser right there. That boy. We'll see you here again on TKN. That's no doubt about that. Late December, that's 2025. Oh, what a night. What a match. I'm going to scream it loud to make this official real soon. We're going to outro right now. But TKN programming, we might have 2 shows next week, so stay tuned for local listings. We're going probably Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but I doubt it. Tuesday, Wednesday is what it looks like. Both nights, Tournament of the Judges. You won't see that in the outro, but they are 2 separate Tournament of the Judges matchups will take place. And guys and gals and pals, not 1 but 2. First, there'll be 1 TKN D&D special, the D&D Challenge starring Kelly White. He'll lead the charge for that. That's coming up real soon. Making it official here on a Saturday night, so you know what's going to happen real soon, actually, in a couple of weeks. But guys, real briefly, I know we're 3 hours and a half. If we can, round of applause to Mark Rypien. What a hell of a human being, Mark Rypien. What a human being he was. I think sometimes when you draw these matchups, maybe it's a sign of things to come and how hard this thing is going to be. For Kelly White and Giselle, who are in round 3, and Miranda's just a hiccup away from making it to round number 3. But guys and gals and pals, if you want to know who else is a hiccup away from making it to round number 3, you're going to have to watch the outro. What time is it?
It's...
I want to bring him in for this. What time is it?
Outro time!
Major predictions, I tally them. Who's on next week? Hosted as well.
Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
And then in 1989, they had won it again, so they were on a roll. They were playing at home, and they got beat. They got beat by the New York Giants, 13-15 in San Francisco.
My biggest concern was going to Utah. I didn't know anything about Utah or Mormons, and I grew up in California. I loved it, wanted to stay.
Type of person that I am. I'm a bit of an empath, and I'm a bit of a want to help everyone and maybe fix people. A lot of people, if they got the call to go back to NXT, they would ask a million questions. They'd be like, why am I, and it's normal, obviously, but I just literally, I took that call and I said, okay, sure.
I think experience is the best teacher, especially when it happens to you personally. Both these young men to my left and right have had experience be a big part of their education.
When I was doing Gas Face, I told Jay, I was like, yo, we're gonna say, yo, Hammer gets a gas face. What do we think about Hammer? And Jay said to me, he goes, and when you do the video, we're all gonna be there.
Talk about all the victories or the good experiences that I've had both on stage and acting in front of a camera.
I chose acting knowing I'd be up in front of people
And there was something in me that needed that.
But it really wasn't about the music, about the show, the movie, so to speak. It was about a whole lot of things, based on one thing, based on a different question.
Strangely, I really can't remember who my first match was. I mean, it's something I would think that I would never ever forget. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, people would come up. As a fan, I used to go, hey, you know, if I ever met wrestlers, I'd be like, oh, remember this? And they'd go, no. And I'm like, how can you not remember that?
Coming from a single-parent household, my mom raised 3 of us by herself with very little support. I could have used that as an excuse to make a lot of very piss-poor decisions and ended up in a lot different place.
And kind of take away some of the power that the promoters have over the fighters and the abuses and things that are going on in mixed martial arts that boxing dealt with a long time ago.
As a skater, music would give me these highs and lows, and we performed to music, so you're always like feeling something. And so listening to just comedy and laughter kept everything loose for me, so I was like ready to go and compete.
Definitely. I came here and I skated great. I had a lot of fun. I had so much support behind me, and I think everyone's glad to see me here and do as well as I did.
You know what? Maybe one of the world's problems will get solved by listening to this show. And I want you to accept the accolades that you get from all of these brilliant people. They tell you that you're smart. They tell you that you're exposed. These are comments and compliments that you have to say, thank you very much, I accept.
Going to the gym as a part of my day, that's like therapy. That's where you go to clear your mind. And luckily for me, I have really, really smart people around me that help me structure my day.
Thing that I know that I haven't done in broadcasting is sports. I don't understand it, and it's not something that I've been very interested in.
It is. And it's probably in syndication in weird places, the top of New Zealand, you know, some islands where they're speaking English in the South Pacific.
You know what I always argue, Abby? People say to me, who's our greatest president ever? And I always say, well, in my time, there's no doubt it was John F. Kennedy.
Is it true Governor Ventura doesn't support the invasion of Iraq? John, oh no, he's vehemently opposed to it. He's a Vietnam veteran. He said this is Vietnam all over again. This is crap. This is nation building.
Women also want to do things for their significant other as well, and to be seen as they can provide to the relationship and they can offer that protection, even if it's emotional protection, to their significant other.
The story goes with Marion Crane, who's a secretary in Phoenix, Arizona, and she is on the lam currently because she stole $40,000 from her boss just so she could run away with her boyfriend, who's named Sam Loomis.
Not many left, guys. Here we go. Who's on next Saturday night? Will it be one of those we saw in the top 10? Final lap is upon us. tonight was any indication that 2025 can give you more than you bargained for, you know where to find us. Right here on the New Network YouTube channel. Have a fantastic night. Congratulations, Mr. Rick Mahorn and Mrs. Stevie and Mark Rypien. We will see you down the road, my friend.